are live in Chicago. Can you guys tell me if you can hear me okay? I got a microphone set up going here.
And did she say?
I want to make sure you can hear me, so tell me in the chat if you can hear me.
I don't
hear
remember exactly what it was. I just remember that.
We are here in Chicago.
I would like to know if the administration is planning on doing something illegal to legally prevent them from harassing you guys at all.
I do not know. Columbia is bad at
Hi, hey Shannon
Like
Lee.
protecting this.
Burner account. Can you guys hear me okay? Hey, Miss Sunrise Dawn, good to see you.
Okay, so someone
Hey,
just
Baker,
said,
bakes with butter. Tell me though, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I was more agitated than like upset. I was
Yep, we're live there. Oh, you can hardly hear me. Okay.
Yeah. So I.
How about now? Can you hear me now? Hold on. No, I went straight to YouTube. I'm trying out the microphone.
That's why I like StreamYard, is it lets you test your mic before you go live.
That's true, it does. I need to turn off this mic. We don't hear you well? Okay, let's figure this out. Very faint. Oh, you know what? The mic's not on. I'm a ding dong. Hold on. Whoops. Okay, how about now? How do you guys hear me now? Can you hear me now?
So the strike.
You can hear the others more. I think it's because I had the mic away from me. But it's by me now. So tell me, can you guys hear me now? Same. Figuring it out. Hold on, I'm just gonna unhook. Oh, I know what's going on. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let's see. I forgot to plug the thing in. God, we need like a desk out here or something.
So the students were striking
Hold on.
in support of your
I'm just getting rid of the mic altogether to see if that works better. How about now? Can you guys hear me now? There's Shannon. Better? Okay. Awesome. All right.
Careful.
Good. I'm glad you can hear me. I'm Natalie.
Hi, Natalie. Very nice to meet you. Windy City.
Windy City. Great to meet you. This is Windy City, Dayton, everybody.
How are you today?
Fabulous. How are you?
I'm doing well. I got home just before you're live, and I tried to send the video.
Yeah.
I was up at the Legacy Board this morning.
Sure.
And if you look in the front doors, there's just trash bags full of everything stacked up everywhere. It's
Wow.
it's just
Yeah, I
obliterating.
saw something about that there was like garbage that they were just like putting out there. Right?
Yeah. I think that they were just mad rush to get out.
Okay, irrelevant
If you look, so
panda.
they have retail window fronts, and inside of their retail window front, It's like they've got
And Juanita's here.
they've got a scanner,
Free Xenu
which is like a
project.
1980s.
Sure.
Shannon's over there.
A 9-key adding
I need
machine.
to clean my lens.
Wow. Wow.
Who
Okay.
wants this?
Yeah. So
I'm
they're
gonna
just
try it
cleaning
with
house,
earbuds
basically,
too, you guys, to see
trying to
if
get
that's
whatever they
better.
can for it.
Absolutely. And
Wow.
A, they're not going to get it for it.
Let's try this.
Yeah.
It's also funny that
All right, so let's try. I'm
vintage
trying
furniture,
different mics.
so
to
you
see
know
what's
that they were not
going
spending a
on.
lot of money.
Yeah. Right.
So you guys tell me.
And just so you know, man,
Yeah.
you see those screens on the windows?
Yeah.
You come by here at night, you can see screens.
Oh, really? I totally believe it.
But now that I said that,
No,
this
this
thing,
is something I want.
but I was through here last night and I was looking right through.
Yeah, I totally believe it.
Amazing.
All right.
Choice. Thank you. It
Let's
really,
see,
really
let's
is.
see.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm just getting situated. Yeah, so many squirrels. Here we are, Scientology, Chicago.
It looks like church. I can't even get a sign right.
Church of Scientology, Chicago. We are out with a few people. Wow, Katie, your phone's being SOS all day. That's weird. You guys see everybody? My Tony's over there. So yeah, here we are. We made it. My first time out of Scientology, Oregon, 13 years.
Okay, so you gotta go.
It's great to be out here, Deborah. It really is.
I love skaters.
Great to be out here. Here we are. Welcome. Oh, so nice of them to welcome me. I feel welcome, Scientology. Come in for a tour. Visit our multimedia. All visitors must register. Cameras or recording devices are prohibited. Probably. Hey, Dave, as Aaron would say.
There's no new.
That's right? And that's how.
Check out this great sign that Juanita brought.
Yeah, that was just
Physical. That's the one secta. Hello. And
I
then
got
Shannon's here.
A really exciting hat.
Isn't it?
I was
It's
like,
keeping
that's
you
new.
warm.
If my dog was here, he'd be chasing you around the block.
He'd catch
They're
me too,
all
'cause I don't
saying
run
thank
very
you, Peter.
fast.
Thank you, thank you, thank
I don't
you.
run very fast.
Did that camera go up before they had their event? Or
No.
not? Oh, okay.
it looked new.
So
No, thank you.
So how are you feeling outside here?
good.
This is the first time, right,
Yeah,
for
this
you?
is my first time.
But have you seen any
back.
Scientologists yet?
Yes.
I'm-
One go by.
Was it a public or
No,
a...
staff member.
Okay.
You can tell by the uniform.
Well, you know what I want to talk to you about?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Sure.
What would have made a difference to you when, because you were in the Sea Organization, right?
Yeah. The
Okay.
Stewart and staff.
So
Call
what,
your family.
what would have made a difference to you?
To leave?
If someone said things to you
Yeah.
as a protester,
Oh, sure.
is there anything they could have said that may have created even a small fissure?
How much debt are you in? How do you feel about all the money you have to pay? Do you feel free?
Why can't you read what you want?
Why can't you read what you want?
Are you really making your own decisions?
Yeah, exactly.
Can you
Yeah.
afford to keep doing this?
Yes.
How are you
100%.
paying for all this?
Yeah, honestly, those type of things, in my opinion, as an ex-Scientologist, are more get through more than even like Xenu and stuff is funny, and I feel like it brings attention to the
Right,
protest.
right.
But to really get through, it's stuff like that. It's just kind of like they don't stop and think about that because people in Scientology don't know they're in a cult.
They,
I didn't know I was in a cult.
you really didn't?
No.
You never, it never crossed your mind?
It was normal for me.
It was all normal. And you were told that it was normal for people who are doing such great work to
Yeah.
get people like us.
Oh,
right?
exactly.
The more, I mean, you know how much that fits into the playbook,
Yeah.
the cult playbook?
Yeah.
The more enemies you have,
Yeah.
the better you're doing.
Exactly.
Like you can go to a Baptist church and they'll say, don't forget, when you're moving to a higher spiritual level, the devil's coming for you.
Yeah, the
So
devil's
expect
coming for
people
you.
to come, try to convince you to do something different, you know?
Not today, Satan.
Yes.
Totally, yeah.
So that's how you felt about
Yeah.
protesters?
Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
I mean, when Anonymous was showing up was close to when I was leaving, trying to leave and making plans to leave. And, it definitely makes you question, like, why are all these people here? Even though you're told, oh, they're criminals, or this, or that, they're that, but you're just like, all of them? All of them, really?
I got text messages before all this started, and they were saying things like, you don't know how many criminals that's why it's a dead giveaway that it's a Scientologist.
That's how
you don't know how
Call
many
your family!
you don't know how many criminals you're surrounded by right now. They would say, you just don't know them. You don't know those people.
That is exactly it. Exactly it.
Also, I have a message for you.
Getting my mittens on.
Oh, but you know what? I'll give it to you later when I can turn. I know my hands are cold. I have many layers of clothes, but there's a man who's going to be 95 in May that watches your channel.
Oh, wow.
And he's a retired attorney, and he has helped me already, and he continues to offer to help.
Oh, that's cool.
His name is John.
It's a call. Call your family. That's super cool.
So he wanted. I'll show you the, or I can just send it to you. No, I better not. It has his contact info. I don't
Or you
know.
can just cut and...
I'll show it to you. But he said, please say hello from a fan.
Oh, I love that.
It's
That's
so sweet.
sweet.
Like 95 years old, and he's still fighting Scientology. And he has a good story about the length of time that he's been fighting Scientology. I just got a really cute email on the way here from him. He said, how can I send you $100?
That's so cool. That's so sweet. So Peter, tell me.
Sorry, I haven't answered that.
It's hopefully you guys can hear.
It wasn't really.
So I heard your story online.
Yes.
And you're one of the students locally.
Yes.
What are the students? What are you hearing?
Everyone's pissed off.
Everyone's
No one wants the Scientologists to be here.
Yeah.
Like, everyone that I met was just like, even if they weren't like as pissed off as I was, they were still upset that they were here, because they were just like, they're just like fucking up our day. Even like, you can't remove like the rest of the Scientology shit, but like even without that, they're ruining our fucking day.
Yeah, are they really? So I've heard too that some Scientologists are trying to get into the dorms and the buildings to recruit.
Yes, so I was told by my RA that some students are getting paid to let Scientologists get guests in Scientologists.
Wow.
So we were only allowed to guest in people with Columbia IDs for the weekend because of that.
So Scientology is paying students to let them into the dorm building.
To guest them in, yeah.
To guest them in.
Because you can like guest people into your dorm. And that weekend, people with Columbia IDs were the only people allowed to be guested in because of that.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow, that's just creepy.
Yeah, I know.
Do you think that other students will come out and join the protest now that they know it's here and raise more awareness about it?
I think so. I know my friend Moth, they just left because they had to go to lunch, but they're gonna come back.
Yeah, cool.
So they will want to be one of the students who comes over here and protests. But I know I'm here as well. But I hope more people come out and protest. But I mean, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, I think it's great that you're sharing your experience and what's going on in there, because that's how Scientology has gotten this far, by people not saying anything or being paid to not say anything.
Yeah.
Will they continue to be a human trafficking cult?
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
We appreciate it. Yeah. I'll have to get your info because then we can stay in touch.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Are you on certain social platforms?
Yeah, I am. It's probably better to reach me by email.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, I mean, I have like a normal, like, I mean, I don't know. I'm not. I try not to be too active on social media, but I know I do have a TikTok that I did post about the Scientologists. Because No Culty Vibes posted something about this year, and they forgot to mention that all the students are like just upset about this. Like all the students are really pissed off.
Yeah, and that's what I find really interesting too, and happy about, because they should be. And like their generation is the one that's saying, "Hey, no, we're not doing this."
Yeah, of course.
And we have rights too, and you're not going to sneak in here and recruit us into your human trafficking cult.
Correct. Yeah.
That's awesome. Cool. Well, it's good to see you out here.
Yeah, of course.
It is, check it. And you're a student at
Columbia?
Columbia.
Yeah, I'm a student at Columbia. I live in the Storm building. That is how I got harassed. Well, I got forcibly
It's a cult!
I was forcibly blocked off from my residence building. That's how that happened, because I live here. I'm never living here again after this year. I'm going to, because there's 3 different buildings.
It's a cult! Call your family!
There's 3 different buildings, so and that one is one that I'm not going to again, because I already had problems here, but this is just making it even worse.
Yeah.
So.
Totally see that. And you shouldn't have to move, because Scientology moved in next door.
I know, but like it's just too, because I have to walk through here to get to multiple places, like to go to Target, like to go to the Red Line, like I have to go through here. I don't want to have to deal with their bullshit.
Yeah, and blocking the streets and doing all that stuff, it's just not okay. They don't own the streets.
Yeah, I know. They like tried being like, oh, it's a like when I was being like blocked off. They tried telling me it's a private event. Like but like I kept telling him I'm resident. So like I don't know. It's like they just don't like. They don't listen, and they don't
They don't. They believe that most people in Scientology, the vast majority, one, they don't know that they're and they're fed a lot of propaganda about what the organization is doing and and all this stuff, and so they feel very justified in what they're doing and trying to take over.
Yeah. But no, all of the students are pissed off. Like it's just frustrating.
Yeah. So keep chatting with them and keep raising awareness about it. And,
of course.
Yeah. They, it seems like they're really kind of going and targeting your generation.
Yeah, but despite that, they moved in right next to a liberal arts school, and a lot of the people here are very leftist and know better. So might have been a bad idea, but.
As most things go.
Is there anything else that you want to ask about me?
No. I think I'll probably see you a few times.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna head out then. So, but I'll be around later.
Yeah. Natalie at lifeafteracult.com is my email.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd love your info.
Yeah.
Natalie at lifeafteracult.com.
So on the 3rd I was here.
Move around and get warm. Get warm. Watch out, don't block the sidewalk.
Nice to meet you.
Folks, you're working for a cult.
Call your family.
You're
They
working
miss
for
you.
a cult.
Stop hiding
Your family loves you.
Stop hiding crimes from the police.
Children. You're working for a cult.
Nice to see you too.
Hi.
I'm Megan.
Megan.
Nice to meet you. I've been
Good to
watching
meet
your
you.
videos. This is my second time out here. I was here on the 3rd. Hi. Nice to meet
Nice
you.
meeting you.
I was watching your videos. You guys coming out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I live like a couple hours away, so I can only come out on weekends.
Wow, that's great though,
At
Megan.
least I could do that. Yeah, the 3rd was crazy. So
Are you on YouTube? Or
Yeah, I'm on
TikTok?
YouTube.
What's
Yeah,
your
it's Good No More.
Good No More.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, and I
cool.
just have my full name on there, Megan Davis. So
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah,
I-
Megan Davis.
yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sent you a few clips and stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Keep coming.
Yeah, for
Keep
sure.
coming.
I want to come out here at least once a week. You know, it's
Yeah.
a little bit of a drive, but worth
Had
it. For sure.
you heard of Scientology before?
Yeah, I actually. Oh no.
I don't want to meet her.
Yeah, I had. I got obsessed with it when I started watching Leah Remini's show, and then I started listening to Jeffrey Augustine's podcast.
Yep.
That one was so interesting, and then I started listening to Leah Remini's and Mike Render's podcast.
The
But
results, you guys.
all they talk about are celebrities, so I
It's
thought,
a cult. Kids can't consent. That's great.
Has there been a lot of people coming in here?
The Amazon person.
Huh?
Has there
Yeah,
been a lot of
they're yeah. It's a weird time for them. I don't know what time it is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got to be close to lunch.
Yeah, 12:49.
Question. Sea Org gets room and board paid for, right?
Yes.
So unless they've got multiple houses, because these people come from every direction,
Yeah, they
are
have
they
to
staff
pay for it.
instead of, or are they rent? Oh, are they possibly privately renting and having the church pay for it?
Like, well, I don't know if they're having the church pay for it.
Yeah, it
When-
was a little
depends if they're here, like on a mission, or if they're actually permanently here. It's different. So when Sea Organization members get sent to an organization like this, they're called Class 5 organizations, orgs, then you're supporting yourself. It just depends on, but if they're here on a mission, then, but usually they'll stay with staff members. The Sea Org's not trying to spend money on their staff to keep them comfortable or anything like that.
Yeah, I thought they bought big houses so they could cram people in.
Yeah, no.
Small
I mean,
places.
I would have put it past them at some point.
And this, one of the students spoke to, he went in,
Yeah.
and I'm just looking around. It was the person that saw the dolls. And
Oh, yeah.
that he said all the way up for 7
Yeah.
floors, it's all classrooms. So that it doesn't appear that there's residents.
Yeah, no,
Here
I
at
don't
all.
believe so.
Did they get to the very top 7th floor? Is
I-
there a residence for little baby?
Son.
No, I don't think there is.
Oh,
Here's
really?
my Tony.
And
Hi, everybody.
we have probably seen Davey Peterson last time ever here. There's no reason for him ever to come back.
I think he really
You
screwed up.
have a, you have a chance.
I do, yeah, it's new. It's called Good No More.
This shit's a cult.
That's right. It's a cult.
This shit's a cult. It's a cult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the
right.
guys that was in the channel that they were doing a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
and they were talking about doing a film.
All the colleges are down here. The same reason is the housing crash. That's when all these buildings were
Hey,
built
how's it
because
going?
people with big
Good to see you,
endowments,
honey.
like a Scientology, were able to buy for cash.
Yeah.
Megan and
Lovely
yeah, no,
Hey,
she-
Diane. Good to
Nice to
see
see
you.
Nice to see you too.
Did you watch the videos, the footage from the event?
Yeah, I was out all for today.
I know, I remember. But the
Yeah.
I can't. I have not seen it.
It's a cult. Call your family.
You're working for a cult. You're breaking up families.
And even they don't want you
You
to come
work
in.
for a cult that breaks up families.
It's okay to leave.
Stop breaking up
Your doubts
families.
are valid. So they got a
And that's one thing. So here, you don't want to be in the
hello
state because
from Sonoma Land. Hey, Nat. Getting still.
Why don't we walk down to that door? Because that's where they're all going in and out.
Yeah, both. can go.
It's a cult.
It's a cult.
You're entering a cult.
Yeah, no, I never thought I'd be doing this.
They like
So funny.
You never thought
bring
you'd
it.
be
They
able to
put
Well-
a chair in the doorway to prop it open. They put a chair in it, and then they put a what do you call it? A speaker on it.
to play music.
You know, with their copyright tag.
The guy tried to.
Hey, it's better than manure tech. At least they haven't broken that
I
out.
didn't know he was.
Yeah.
I still wonder if that guy was
I got a
a plant.
It's a cult.
You
Call
work
your
for a cult
family.
that breaks up families.
Call your mom.
I mean, just what a miserable existence to constantly hide from people and not speak.
It's crazy.
I mean, to not be able to
That's not
retort.
Yeah, I know. And the sad thing, too, for me is that so many Scientologists are here or joining Scientology because they want to help. And they really think they're helping the planet and they're helping people.
But they think that everyone's against them. The rest of the world is against them.
Because they are.
Well, I mean,
it's yeah.
not the person.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
We're not against the people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They don't know better most of the time anyway. So it's not the people.
You're totally right, Jake.
When they start playing the music, so they couldn't do it live, so they put it right. So then the guy from Boston,
My guess is that
went that way.
they realize people hate them afterwards, but they're idealistic when they join.
Yeah.
And the marketing brochure is compelling, right? I'm going to
Yeah,
help the
very
world.
much so. Yeah.
And then it's a sunk cost.
And that's where all their money goes. Their money goes to creating propaganda and fighting critics, people who are whistleblowing and exposing Scientology. That's where their money goes, not into staff members, taking care of them, or making sure the organization members have the medical care they need. The issue with elder abuse in the Sea Org right now is insane. Because the Sea Org members are aging out.
Yep. The image, I can't remember whose it was.
You
but
work for a cult that breaks
older male
up families.
pushing the cart of
You work
boxes.
for a cult that breaks up
Someone shared
families.
another video. They saw him again. Like he's just out there.
They locked you out of your own cult. You work for a cult that breaks up families, brother.
It's a sign from source. You're not supposed to go in.
Hey, don't laugh at us. You're gonna get subject.
It's a shame, man. Breaking up all these families. Call your mom.
Man, I feel so bad. I keep making them get subject.
I hope the sun comes out more. It looks
It's,
like
the
the sun's
sun is
spreading
already on the other
across.
side of the building. That's the west. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was coming back around.
Are you Columbia or just the neighborhood?
No, no, I actually live a couple hours away.
Thank you everybody
Yeah.
for being here. Hit that like button.
Yeah, no.
Check your subscribe button.
Thank you, though.
Subscribe.
You can always be learning.
True.
You don't know anything. It's life. It's never stops.
Chicago? No idea. Maybe a couple hundred.
Imagine one day.
I mean, with their public, I think it would be generous to say 300 if you count all the staff.
Yeah.
Let alone this country.
If you think about cult of consciousness, right? You've got the Mormon and the FDLS, the extreme Mormon.
And the camera's
I used to work
pointing.
with a Jehovah's Witness, and I actually watched their disconnections thing happen.
We'll have to ask the person who was here earlier. She's going to email me her contact info, and we're going to stay in touch.
So I worked with him and his sister. And all of a sudden,
Dip, good to see you
they
there.
started walking by each other. And
Here comes the sun.
he seemed pretty upset about it, so I said
Do you feel free?
Scientology
Do you
is
feel
a
free?
cult.
So I said to his sister, I'm like, I think the crowd's upset. We're not talking. She goes, I can't.
Thank you, neuropsych.
That's just terrible.
And I didn't know that stuff went on.
Anyway. Now you have to come down here for them to let you in.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You gotta walk by us.
You can enter the cult down here.
The cult keeps locking the doors. They can't decide which one they want to let people in for the cult.
Supporting rapists?
This is the cult entrance.
Call your family.
Welcome to the cult.
Why don't you come to our cult?
Thank you, Roxy. Yeah, the hat's keeping me warm, I can tell you. Keeping me warm. I brought heat things too.
All right. Ellie, did you get it?
I just want to say something good happened there.
Probably,
I always saw a
Yeah.
True. There was a guy down there that somebody pointed out. His shoes were
Thank you.
like missing.
It was a big building.
Thank you, moderators,
You know,
for
it's
being
such a
here.
shame. It's so beautiful.
Amazing.
It really is.
Yeah, the student, we just chatted with the student who lives right next door there, and she was saying how the students are very upset with Scientology.
All right, I'm going to take a lap around back. I'll be back.
Okay.
I feel good.
Oh, I wanted to thank you for reminding me, Alicia. I wanted to thank you for reading out all those.
Oh, that would have been a great idea, SPTV.
Oh,
Wasn't that, was that
that wasn't me. No, no.
Yeah, because they all have doubts, I'm telling you right now.
How long were are you in the Seor itself?
Oh, see.
Aw,
And then I was like, I can't do
but
both.
it's not.
Every little bit
I mean, we
helps.
should get one call, you know,
I
while
guess
you're
I feel like
here.
it's still not.
Did you make an appointment with Patricio?
So we've been talking on social, and I think they're just going to pop out. As
Okay. And who are you?
No, here. There was somebody that had a list of names. Yeah, she had it on the front of her.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that.
You work for a cult, friend.
It's a cult.
Students want to
Break
share.
up families.
It's a child
You're down
cult.
on that
Cult.
They're totally paid.
Go on. What were you saying?
I love it. Sun's coming out.
I know,
This
that's
is
why I came over
fantastic.
here.
Yeah. It's great.
I think everybody was reading it, but
It's reflecting off of that building down here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah,
That's how we're
I know,
getting-
Natalie. I said, Natalie, the sun's already gone on the other side. She's like, no, it's right
Yes.
there.
No, it's bouncing off
I
that
know.
It's a
building.
reflection.
I know.
You're right,
Guys,
yeah.
this is the building I was supposed to be at. I know 2 people that live in this building.
Oh, yeah?
So you want to know where that happened? Right? Where the old man got beat up right here, right in front of this tavern right here.
Right there?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was all closed up, like you couldn't see. There were
There were barricades. I remember seeing the
barricades
Yeah.
everywhere, all around here. These guys had a space about
There's freedom
this big.
outside of Scientology. I was in for 35 years. There's life after
You
a cult.
belong to a cult.
Come out!
Yeah, those mazes, the
also
little
had
mazes they made.
Yeah,
so
that's
creepy.
they
Yeah.
used
Yeah.
walls, artificial walls, to make mazes that everybody had. It was like to get through. So I was going for this building, but there was a lot of stuff I had to walk around. And that guy, I didn't know he was behind me, but he was.
Yeah.
And he ended up, and I just turned around. I had my back to this building because they kept coming up from behind me and doing stuff. Like they'd come out of nowhere. Here's me. This literally is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm going like this. To get him away from me,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
To get him off of me. And then, they scared these guys that live here so bad they wouldn't come down.
Wow.
They never came down the whole day.
Yeah, it shouldn't be like that. It's like a church.
Right. It's supposed to be a church.
Yeah.
I know. Here's people.
Yeah, right. But they're scaring people.
Hey, how are you?
Hey. Good. So great to meet you.
Yeah, it's awesome to be here. It came together perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was just talking about how when this went down, I was in Indiana at the time. This would have been
You're okay
Saturday.
being on camera?
Yeah.
Okay. So is it okay to shout out your TikTok and stuff?
Sure. I mean, I don't know how. Yeah.
Oh, trust me, people are watching you.
Right.
Shared a couple of your videos.
That's good. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
they like
kind of
it.
surprised that they took as much traction as they did, but
Yeah, no, totally. You have a great style too. Like you're reporting and sharing, and the truth is the truth.
well, I didn't want it to be too hyper produced, you know.
Yeah. I want you guys to meet.
Zach.
Your name's on there, right?
Yeah, you're
Okay,
good.
this is Zach. I've shared a few of his videos. He does an amazing job looking into. I mean, you're like digging in and looking at the receipts when it comes
I
to
am. I actually
Scientology.
called the city the other day, and I haven't talked too much about what I found out there, but they did break permit by doing that. Yeah.
So they broke permit, and even it was an alderman or something who said that they broke permit. They didn't follow the permit, but it's not going to happen again.
Right. So I called in yesterday, and I didn't know what ward I was in, so I just called the 311 Chicago number.
Sure.
Got on the phone, and I was like, "Hey, don't know who to talk to,
Yeah.
but have some concerns. I've been witnessing some things that
Yeah.
kind of bother me." And I was
Definitely.
like, "Look, I don't normally do this. Like, this
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
normal. I'm not like the super citizen normally." But yeah, so they told me, they were like, "Well, actually, we're not in that ward that you are,
Yeah,
but we'll
yeah.
talk to you for a few minutes, and then we can transfer you over."
Sure.
So talked to a guy who I was just telling him the story and what happened,
Mm-hmm.
and the thing that really set this off for me was not being able to get to my own apartment.
Yeah, that definitely seems to be one of the biggest things they've done to create enemies in the neighborhood already is by
Yes.
blocking students from getting to their apartment.
Absolutely. So yeah, I was gone for a day, and it was on Saturday.
Yeah.
I was walking through here, and stuff was being set up, and I figured it was a movie set because it's
Sure.
Chicago. It's pretty common.
Seemed like a movie set.
Yeah. So then when I was in Indianapolis, just visiting home, I had like a notification come up on my group message thing for the building. Like we have an app. And someone was saying, hey, does anyone have concerns about the Church of Scientology coming?
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, that's news to me. I didn't hear anything about this.
Yeah. What is your channel name?
My TikTok,
Yeah.
it's at wannabe Kennedy with a period in between.
Yeah,
I'm a
it's
big JFK guy.
At
That's why.
wannabe.kennedy on TikTok. At wannabe.kennedy on TikTok. Are you on YouTube?
I'm not like as an artist I am, but I don't
Yeah.
put out anything
Yeah.
else. Yeah.
What? So it was kind of that, them just showing up and you can't get into your residence. That kind of got you looking into this.
Yeah. So then I came back. The day I came back, it was Sunday, I believe. Yeah, Sunday.
Yeah.
So they had already had their ceremony thing. I thought it was happening that night. I was excited because I was like, I can see everything from my apartment right here. So I was a little excited about that. Found out that it happened before, which was unfortunate. But yeah, so I came back from the Greyhound bus and I was walking back, and to get at my place, you got to come from this direction. And there were some protesters, not as many as I expected, maybe 20 at that time, but this is when it had already happened. And then, yeah, I went
And
up
it's
to...
wannabe.kennedy. Thanks, Diff. But just add the dot. Is it wannabe with two E's at the end?
Wanna be like WANNABE.
B-E, okay.
Yeah.
So wannabe.kennedy.
Yeah.
Does it have something on it? Oh, it's my stupid sunglasses. Okay, there.
I was just if you wanted to read it.
Yes, but I couldn't see it. You got the app?
Oh, you couldn't see it. Sir. Yeah, it's at wannabe.kennedy.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So, but at that point, it was totally obstructed. There was no
Yeah.
way of getting there. They had these fences put up. There were these big green hedge things. I'm sure you've seen those at this
Yeah,
point.
it looked like they were trying to create mazes to disorient
Yeah,
people.
yeah. It was.
Like it was
they'd
Vegas or
zigzag.
something.
Yeah,
They were
and they were
actually
super
like
tall.
styrofoam
Yeah.
or wood, but they were wrapped in like a fake green thing to make them look like bushes.
Yeah, and I can send you all pictures. I got a bunch of those. But
Yeah.
yeah, so walking through, and then I talked to an officer because I was like, okay, I don't know who's who here, but it was a uniform and it was an officer, and I knew it wasn't like private security, so I was
Yeah.
like, I'm going to an officer to talk about this. So I was like, hey, I live here. At this point, I was already a little bit annoyed, and I was like, hey, I live here on this block. I want to get into my own place here. And he's like, well, do you have proof of residence? And I'm like, that is so weird. Like right off the bat,
Yeah.
that
Who
never
does
happens.
that? Yeah.
With a movie set, they have ways of you getting through. You're
Yeah.
never obstructed. I mean, the Columbia kids, they have it even worse, obviously.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I saw the video about the guy that was trying to get into Subway, Dunkin' Donuts. At this point, I was so focused on getting home, I didn't
There's
even know
life
if they
after
were
a cult!
So yeah, I showed the officer my rent payment because he was like, "Do you have it on your ID?" And I was like, "Well, no, because I don't like
You don't
I
walk
live here,
around
but I
with
don't
proof
have
of
an
that."
Illinois
Yeah.
ID, right?" So he ended up kind of motioning me down in the little hedge thing. I walk down and I get to a dead end, and
Yeah.
I'm like, "Well, what am I supposed to do now?"
Yeah.
So I turn all the way back out, and at this point, I just cut through the middle because I'm like, I'm just gonna get where I need to get.
Yeah.
So I took my phone out. I was a little bit shy with my phone, so I just kind of had a live photo or whatever. And this person was like, "Hey, nice pic," and I was like, "Thanks." Like, I'm not doing this. So yeah, then just walked through. They had these little checkpoint things, where it was like fences that would block. You kind of had to go around.
Yeah.
There was just lots of little obstructions.
Yeah.
So then I get to the other side, go in my place. At that side, it wasn't nearly as bustling. It seemed to be all the action was happening over there. But yeah, then went up into my building, and then after that was just kind of kept on looking into it because it was interesting. And I have experience being in cult groups. They have nothing to do with this. It's more of like a religious offshoot thing.
Sure.
But I grew up in that, and that was extremely disorienting. But it's like a boil the frog situation where
Exactly.
it just keeps coming
Yeah.
and coming, and you think this is totally
I
normal.
think it's normal, exactly.
And
Yeah,
then
I
all
grew
of
up
a sudden,
in Scientology.
yeah. And then all of a sudden you're doing things that you're like, what? So that's actually when I came to Chicago for college. So when I got here and I was still had that mindset from where I came from,
Yeah.
and was just slowly realizing, because at first it's kind of like an us against them situation, where it's like there wasn't open hostility towards people that didn't believe what I believe, but it was, they don't understand, or this is something that you just have to be exposed to. So I wasn't actively trying to like convert anyone or do anything like that, but you just have that very specific mindset. And then after years and years of deconstructing that, you're like, whoa, how did that even happen? The envelope just gets pushed so far.
I totally get that.
So,
it makes sense then too. Why? One, because you're so close to this that it's happening, but also having that own kind of history where you're like, hey, I know more now. I've gotten older and can kind of see. I'd be interested too as you learn more about Scientology if you see any correlations between the two cults. Because we often see similar behavior.
Oh, absolutely.
There's like a cult handbook that they hand they hand out.
And I've already started to notice a lot of that. Like with my situation, it wasn't financial at all, so that was totally apart from it. Which I mean, that's nice, but that doesn't mean it's any better or worse. It was a lot smaller, but I mean, with that, there were just some freaky ideas of people that were obsessed with like raising people from the dead, which obviously can't happen. But yeah, so that's what made me have a special interest in this, and just kind of kept pulling at the string. And the reason why it also hit so hard is I thought that this sort of thing didn't happen. It's over in California or in other areas, but you don't think that it can be on your doorstep. So when I saw that, I was like, I did all this work to escape from these aggressive ideas, and now they're right back in a different form. And it's so frustrating because it's like, where can you go? I mean, I guess that's life, but still, it's very upsetting.
And I think it's that whole education part of it too, is recognizing as we grow up that, not having tools to help deal with whatever it is, determining what is a true and legitimate tool in life versus could be a cult or something like that. And usually I think the proof is in that, can you walk away? Can you leave? And they're not going to harass you. Can you get off their mailing list? That should be the number one. You're in a cult if you cannot get off their mailing list.
For me, it's definitely the us versus them ideas.
Yeah,
that's really hard. And I mean, that's just tribal behavior in general, and you see a lot of that, but there's more malevolent strains there.
If you're there to help people, there's no us against them. It's all of us together.
And also just like the disclosure of information of like, if you're in a group, questions should not be a problem. And asking more is kind of like an inoculation against thought control. It's like if you truly have the truth, you have something that this is right, that shouldn't be able to be threatened by someone saying something else. That shouldn't be able to topple your entire
you should be able to have a
thing.
conversation about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And just be like, you're not going to lose your faith or belief just because you're talking about it, or even a different view. It's okay.
And that's the thing. And I mean, I'll talk to anyone. I'm a pretty pacifist person, but I enjoy hearing what gets people to where they're at. I mean, I don't actively try to antagonize. I know that everyone's in a different spot for a different reason. But yeah,
I love your hat.
It's fascinating.
Nice. Thank you. Can I video your hat?
Sure.
Look at that, you guys. I'm sorry, so I'm like totally distracted. Squirrel. That's fabulous. I love it. We're out here protesting Scientology.
I probably agree with you on all that. I've been reading about it for decades.
Yeah. And so you must live in the area?
I moved to Chicago in July. I live a couple blocks here.
Yeah, they just moved in, and when they had their opening, they shut down the streets, and a lot of the college students were not allowed to go to their dorms. They were asked for ID, pushed, shoved.
Wow.
Were you inconvenienced at all on the 3rd?
No, I was not aware of it until you just told me,
So they just moved in here to this building. I grew up in Scientology. My family, 3 generations of my family were in for 35 years.
Yeah.
And we were able to get out and then find out. You really don't know the truth.
Well, when I first started learning about it was several decades ago. This woman, Jane Self, wrote a biography of Werner Erhard. And I participated with Werner in his courses, and I saw what Scientology did to him.
Interesting.
Yeah. They really.
Werner Erhard, was that S?
Yes, he started S, which is now called Landmark. Right.
Yeah.
And he's had a lot of problems in his life because of Scientology.
Yeah. Is he still alive?
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, he generally doesn't come to the U.S. much. He's been very active academically overseas with some universities. He's still, doing great stuff. But and S had its issues, but it was never a cult like Scientology.
Yeah. I always say if you can get off the mailing list, good sign.
Well, and the other thing is, my understanding is that cults tend to cause separation from families.
Exactly.
Whereas
they break up families.
S does the opposite. Not S, now it's Landmark, but they've caused, thousands probably of family reunifications, right? Because people go through their training and they realize, oh, I just had my head up my ass about my mother,
Scientology does the opposite.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're forced to disconnect. When my family, 3 generations of us left together.
Yeah.
Anyone we knew in Scientology, I had to get a new dentist because he was a Scientologist. We're not allowed to talk to him.
Yeah. Okay. Well, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
I was surprised that they told me that, but and I was like, wait, okay, say that again. So they did definitely break that, and they're like, oh yeah, absolutely, like they.
Patricio, hey man.
Nice to meet you. How are you?
Great to meet you.
Hi, stream.
Yes, out of the stream. You guys remember Patricio? He is a student here. Let's get out of the sidewalk there so we don't block it. He's a student here, and I caught you when you were doing a takeover on Shannon's stream, which I thought was super awesome.
I was helping her out. She was feeding her dog and stuff.
Yeah. Tell us, what are the students saying on the, over in the dorms? What's been the reaction of people? What are you hearing?
Well, yeah, the general consensus is that nobody aware of the stuff they've done or usually aware with it, but it doesn't really matter. We all know that they're a corrupt, horrible cult. They're not even an organization. They're not a religion.
Someone told us that they were paying students to guest in Scientologists to then recruit. That their RA was warning students about that.
I can't give any personal confirmation of that, nor do I know anyone who they might have asked, but it sounds like something they do. I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah.
But what I do know is that when they were out here during the ceremony, they were giving out free Subway sandwiches. And I had a friend who got
your friend had a donut that Scientology was handing out?
Yeah, he did. We had some people who went in.
A friendly wave.
Yeah.
I waved to the cops, he waved back.
We had a few people who just went in there. I haven't heard of anyone who genuinely has fallen into the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I know one of my good friends went in there just to he said he wanted to infiltrate it.
Yeah.
So he went in there. He took
He's
videos.
the one who
who took
took
videos of the dolls and stuff. Yeah.
The dolls in Scientology and their training are used to practice on. So if you're learning how to do what they call Scientology assist, you practice on the doll or you move the doll around.
I saw your stream where you said that.
It's still weird.
Yeah, it's weird as hell. Yeah, that's not
What's so cool for me though is because I grew up in Scientology, so much of it I've normalized, is seeing it through the eyes of other people.
Right.
That has helped me really shed even more of that cult culture and have a better understanding of it. And even when I forgot about the dolls. I didn't even think about, and the dolls, and that's weird. But then when I saw it and saw how you guys reacted, I'm like, oh my God, it is weird.
It's a little bit strange, yeah, I guess. If you don't know the context behind, even knowing the context behind it, the fact that they're little girl dolls is a little weird. I don't know. Why wouldn't they just be faceless, genderless dummies? I don't know.
You're right. They were girl dolls.
Yeah, they were girl dolls. But yeah, it's a little bit bizarre having them here next door. Yeah.
Well, I love that you're finding out more about it, and I keep saying that I think it's your generation that's going to put a stop to this. And the abuses that they do, and even other cults. You guys are just willing to get out there and find out and educate yourself and get involved and vote and do things like that that are really going to make change. So keep spreading the word about it. That's one of the biggest concerns is their proximity to students, especially freshmen who might be struggling a little bit more. Really anyone, because they don't acknowledge mental illness. They don't have real treatment to help with mental illness.
Well, yeah, they shun psychiatry, right? They say it's the evil of all evils. I think I've said it multiple times before, but it's them being here is a clear act of predatory behavior. Especially next to an art school, where students might be, a little more prone to maybe having a void that needs to be filled.
Yeah, exactly.
maybe dealing with mental health a little bit, struggling with mental health a little bit more than your average in school.
They are the perfect target
Exactly,
for that,
yeah.
and that's why I'm sure it's not, a coincidence that this is just where they go. And
Right, yeah, no,
they
it's
decide
not
to move.
at all.
Must be an Uber. Yeah.
Yeah, it's bizarre and it's gross, but.
Keep telling your fellow college students.
Yeah, my mom called the administration. And
Yeah,
I called
your
the
mom
administration.
had involvement with
Yeah, she did.
Scientology.
Yeah, for I mean, not involvement to not like you, right?
Yeah.
She went to a few sessions. She went to I think it was 2 or 3 sessions.
Sure.
And then she left.
Yeah.
And they have not stopped harassing.
She's not been able to get off the mailing
No.
list. Yeah.
We've changed addresses 4 times. They're
Yeah,
still
they
finding
track
her.
you down.
Yeah.
It's funny how Scientology will track down anybody who's ever bought a book, but
Yeah.
they don't know where David Miscavige is.
Right? It's crazy.
You can find anybody else, track
Yeah.
them down and harass them, but you don't know where your leader is.
They're insane. I mean, even my mom, when she found out that I was out here doing a little bit of protesting, she's like, "Ugh, don't do that." But I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just. I feel like they would, if they were to target someone, it would be a bunch of college students. I don't know.
No, and a lot of that is, you never know with Scientology. I wouldn't put anything past them, but they're understaffed, overworked.
Yeah.
They don't have the resources to come after everybody. It's just, and when they do, it's usually something stupid.
Exactly.
In LA, some of the protesters, they called their parents. These protesters were grown adults. Oh, you don't call my mom?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
I'm gonna stop
it's
doing
just
it.
to me, it's insane that my mom would be like, as soon as she saw me out here, she'd be like, no, don't get involved. That's just a testament to the fucking trauma and craziness.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
harassment.
And it's just
Imagine.
it's overblown in many ways. They're with the sheer numbers now, they have a long history of harassment. I mean, Leah Remini is suing them right now for that. But there's just too many people and too many of you and too many of us. And it's not going to stop because why would that just more for me? It just reinforces that hey, this is a cult. This is what they're doing.
Elliot.
Hey,
This is
man.
Elliot. This is the guy who took the
Good to
video of
meet
the
you.
dolls.
I'm Natalie.
He took the video of the dolls and he was inside of it.
Yeah, the dolls. Boom. I had completely. So I grew up in Scientology and left with 3 generations of my family after 35 years.
Really?
And I forgot about the dolls until I saw your video, and I was like, "Oh man, that's right, the dolls. I forgot about that." And it is weird.
It's very weird.
There's so much when you normalize it, when you grow up around that you're like, "Oh yeah, no, that's not weird at all." But then you guys react. And I was like, "Yeah, that's weird. That is totally weird."
How are you, man?
Good.
Good.
Yeah,
I'm gonna grab a.
I'm about to head to a haircut in a minute. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Made on a lift.
But then it's weird,
I need to get a
Just out here with them for a bit because I was in contact with her. Her name's Natalie. I was in contact with her before she got here.
See.
And she just wanted to talk to me.
Awesome. How many viewers do you average?
Not allowed.
Live? Well, this is my first time going live, out here. There's 700 something.
Oh my
We got
god.
about 16,000 or so subscribers. We hit 1 million
Wow.
views.
And it's specifically for Scientology?
Yeah, it's called Scientology Life After a Cult on YouTube.
Wow, okay. I'll check it out.
Yeah, I grew up in Scientology.
Yeah, you told me, yeah. My lift is about to be here, but I'll see you guys. Good
Cool.
luck.
Yeah, great to
Have a
meet
good
you,
one.
and thanks for sharing that
Of course.
video.
Take care, buddy. I like your hair, by the way.
Thank you.
It's rad.
He said he's just going to haircut.
I
right
like
now.
it. Don't take too much off. It's rad, buddy.
He's cool. Do you guys need anything, by the way? I can run to Target and bring stuff.
Oh, thank you. That's nice. I don't think so.
You're so
That's
sweet.
pretty well
You were
taken care of,
raised
but that's
right.
a really sweet thing.
Yeah.
That's so psychological. This is
We are prepared.
Prepared? Yeah. When are you guys going back home?
Probably Monday.
Monday.
And I don't know if I.
Are you doing any touristy stuff?
Nah.
No, probably not.
No, we we've both been here a number of times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I grew up in Minneapolis, so and I'm 52.
Yeah.
So I've driven here a bunch of times. And I used to come to
Common area.
That's love it here. My first time living in a different city. Well, alone. Living in a different city alone. I moved around a lot as a kid with my parents. but
Okay.
This is the first time
Thank
I've
you,
lived
Tracy. I'm glad you like the hat.
Where were you Where were you before this?
So before this, I was in LA. I grew up in LA and Mexico City. Yeah, my dad lives in Mexico City. It's funny, he lives pretty close to the IO in Mexico City.
Really? What is your dad doing in Mexico?
Oh, it's totally
He was born and raised in Mexico
Oh, he was?
City.
Okay.
My mom was too. But, they both immigrated to the U.S.
Every little blast of wind. Oh my God, I was in
space and I'm trying to like do something, put my laptop
so
down,
that
all of a
was
sudden
Des
this
Moines.
didn't
Ball
happen.
is-
Okay, yeah.
Trip over all this. That's right. Give him the finger. I'm Natalie.
Nice to meet you. I'm Luca.
Luca, is it okay if you guys
Absolutely,
are on camera?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually used to be in the dorm here at this way.
Really?
Yeah. I remember when this place was actually covered up and boarded and everything.
Yeah.
Everyone was just like smoke in front of it and like just ash out their cigarettes. On
Really?
Yeah. And now that it's open, it just feels so weird. Like.
Yeah, they were at a temporary location. Now they're here. So I grew up in Scientology with 3
Really?
generations of my family, and we escaped about 14 years
Well,
ago.
congratulations.
Yeah, thank
That's
you.
awesome. Yeah.
Now I do a channel on YouTube called Scientology Life After a Cult. So we're from Minneapolis. We just came out to cover this and chat with people and check it out.
I just can't believe it's open again. Like it's finally open.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I first came here, like, oh, this is not good. Like my dorm is right next to this place.
It is not good.
Yeah, no.
Did you hear about what happened when they had their opening? And
What
how
happened?
They were blocking off the street. Students couldn't get back into their housing. They were told that they had to show ID. Some of them were physically shoved and roughed up.
Yeah, we don't like that.
Yeah, there was an elderly man who has autism. And he was just trying to get to the donut shop. He got arrested. That by Scientology hired security, assaulted him. The man was yelling, assault, assault, and calling for the police, and they were handcuffing him. It was awful.
What happened to him afterwards? Did he get out? Or
No, his family bailed him out of jail. I mean, they actually. I don't know what's going to happen. You hope that they got a good lawyer and then he'll be dropped. Because
I just know that the school is like trying to get them out of here or something like that. Like they're really threatening the church right now. I don't know. I don't know all the details about it, but I just really hope that this doesn't last very long.
Yeah.
Like, it gets torn down or something.
Yeah, and they're everywhere, and more people are speaking out. So it's different now than times in the past when people like me would share our stories. It was like people sometimes didn't believe it, but then when Leah Remini's show Scientology Aftermath came out, and more documentaries like Going Clear, more and more people got to learn and see, and now there's so much support of people who've never been in Scientology just saying, hey, this is not okay.
Yeah.
It's child trafficking, not okay.
Yeah. I remember when it was all boarded up and kind of closed down. I remember everyone was kind of just joking like, oh, this isn't gonna last long. It's not. It's like it's never gonna open. But now that it's open, it just feels unreal. And just
they've been around since 1950. Yeah.
It's bad. But we gotta get going though.
Yeah,
but
great. Well, nice to chat with you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Spread the word.
Of course, absolutely. Have a good day.
You guys too. Bye. Love to move. Yeah, I gotta figure out my system for cords here so I don't trip myself and get tangled up because I'm like a bull in a china shop.
That's so sad.
This is so wholesome. That's how I roll.
That's crazy. That's not necessarily.
Yeah, the kids are great, and they're learning, they're finding out about it, they're spreading the word, they're getting the word out.
For pretty politics, so it's just.
It's very inspiring doing that. Gotta get back in the sun. It's cold. I'm gonna bring up my heat packs. Hi!
Nancy Drew.
Nancy, so
Nice
great
to meet you.
I've
I've bombarded you with emails in the past.
I love it. Keep doing it.
I will.
Because it does help.
Yeah,
Especially when there's a timestamp and clip there.
Yeah, I just had to take some time off from last week, and it was.
Oh yeah, I don't
intense.
blame you at all.
But yeah, I'm good now.
Yeah.
Doing better.
And I finally, because I was like, is it Nance or Nancy? And it's Nancy.
It's Nancy Drew, but
Nancy
the
Drew.
Y was taken on YouTube.
Yeah.
So people call me Nance too. So
Yeah.
it's all good.
No, that's great. That's great. Great to see you here.
Nice to see you.
Hey there.
I brought the list there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. You're on
Wow. Look at this, you guys. This is from Liz Gale's list. See, children's Scientology tales. That's my daughter. Right there. Yeah, so they did. Look at these. Yep, there's me, and that's my sister, my daughter. Wow, this is so great. Yeah, I did point out my name's right there.
It was always like that.
Well, it's like, if you saw a picture of today, you would think, oh, it's been 10 years ago.
So great.
It looks like a bomb.
Yeah, Corn made it. She left it here with me because she's a little further away, so
Yeah,
I bring it down
great.
more often because I'm
Yeah,
closer.
thank you, Corn, for doing that.
I think she'll be here tomorrow.
And Juanita's getting it all set up. Juanita's amazing.
Flying around. But yeah, there's 4 actual signs, which is hard to find. Different languages on the other side.
Wow. It's
In
great.
Chicago, you just have to worry about getting shot. Nobody runs after anybody. They just shoot.
You know, Chicago's improved a lot.
Let me figure this out.
I've only been here for like this.
Where did you? Hey, I need you.
Yeah, I got you.
So
Want to keep that?
that name I
I think so.
Go find that person.
There's a lot of life to live after the cult.
You're working for a cult.
Oh, okay. I'll
Call your
You're
family.
working for a cult.
probably find it on Instagram.
Okay. Yes, I really do.
The heat things are in the main part of the back.
Oh, okay.
Can I say hello?
Yes, of course.
I'm Nancy Drew.
Hi, Nancy.
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
Doing well.
Nice
Doing
to
well.
see you in person.
Yeah,
Very
right?
nice to see you in person. That's one of the things about all this YouTube stuff is that you start to feel like you're knowing people because you see them regularly and you start to, and the personalities are kind of, it's a person on that other side, but you don't know what they look like half the time.
Yeah, a lot of times they
It's
don't show
amazing
us.
after
Nice
you
to
break
see
up
you.
with Scientology.
I think it's one of the things that I'm most excited about coming here.
We're
is to see
protesting
people that,
Scientology.
you know, we're chatting with everyone.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, I can't.
Love the road trip songs and stuff. I'm a big 80s.
Are you? Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Natalie's fun like that, isn't she? She's rocking it. Yeah. Woohoo!
No,
It's a break or
Older years
something.
in Minneapolis.
Oh, this is the kind you stick on. I
it
didn't mean
is.
to bring that out.
Really cool.
You know, it's probably about the same.
Yeah, very.
Aren't you
Yeah.
guys supposed to be impervious to the cold?
Oh, I'm from Hawaii.
Being from Minnesota.
I don't know how you do it.
I almost moved to Hawaii.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Shannon, you'd
I
love it.
should have. Do you know which island were you on?
Oh, thank you so much. I didn't even think about that.
Oh,
I'm
do you know a
from the
lawyer
Bay Area
named
too,
Frank
so I'm
Yano?
like, thank you. I totally forget how cool it gets.
He's an estate plan real estate attorney. I almost bought his practice.
Really?
And lived came so close. And then I got a divorce.
Yeah.
Kind of like, I was like, so.
Yeah. That'll do it.
Oakland, like Concord, like period.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
did a lot of business.
See, this is what we do
Yeah.
when things get dull.
Yeah.
You just stand and point your camera at each other.
Then we run over the last
Film them filming you. Hi.
Stephanie Slaughters.
Oh, Stephanie.
It is so good to meet you. Oh, nice.
Hello.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Want me to open it for you?
Oh my goodness. Last time it took me like an hour to get a Gatorade open.
Right.
Aren't there like 7?
How was it?
Good.
I mean, we got to see most of the ride anyway.
Say that again?
We got to see most of the ride though.
Yeah, yeah. Well, having the live streaming it helped the time.
Yeah.
That's a long drive.
I
We got giddy.
How's it been here? How's it for you?
Good. Yeah. We got to see quite a few people because lunchtime was coming in. Yeah.
The other night.
Yeah, you should say hi.
Yeah.
Come out. This was so
I left
great.
him a comment to get in touch with you.
Yep, we did. We connected. Yep. In fact, I chatted with him earlier about what he's doing. He's like really getting contact with the city. Well, they violated their permits when they opened.
Right.
You know, and it's like they shouldn't be allowed to get away with that.
Well, we had the permits down here in our hands. They were printed out, and the cops took it.
Yeah. Why get a permit then? If you don't care if it's going to be enforced or not, then can we do that too then? You know, it should go the same thing.
Yes. Then we have the new La Poubelle. Paisans Pizza is the new La Poubelle.
It is?
Scientology.
Where's Paisans?
Yep. So they said they couldn't hear us.
So supporting Scientology.
Very first one.
Feeding them, allowing them to like duck in and out. If they have an issue, they called the cops on us on Monday night, pointing at when Danny and Leo were here, pointing at them. Cops came out and talked to us. That's when Danny signed the. I don't think so. That's when Danny got to file the report.
Yeah. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
I did my first live last night.
Oh yeah, cool.
And that corner.
Thank you, Nebulous.
Oh yeah.
It is a nice thing. Could use more sun. It's reflecting off the building and shining over here. But
Subway. Look, they still haven't cleaned up their fucking litter.
what? Oh yeah, look at that. I don't know if you guys can see it flapping in the wind. Scientology ribbons littering the neighborhood. Littering Scientology. That's so not the way to happiness. I think the way to happiness is to
The little that they picked up,
you littering.
they cleaned it up, or it was like they hired really cheap.
I just gotta walk a little bit.
Literally, they hired.
Warm up. Warm up, warm up.
I'm bringing a big jacket tomorrow.
I didn't want to snipe her. He did have a lot of questions for somebody who was actually.
Oh yeah.
All right, time for education.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now it's time to
Time
learn
to
Natalie.
hear more.
Yeah. Whatever questions you have. So staff members sign 2.5 or 5-year contracts and work at places like this. So they usually then have another job. Hey, you got the backers, huh?
I brought them. We just opened it last night. My friend worked for a publishing company that actually made these for Scientology.
Yeah.
We have this set. We had the Philadelphia doctorate course.
Yeah, yeah.
And I started going through it last night a little bit. They got all these CDs.
Yeah, yeah. Did you listen to them?
No, not yet. I don't know if I want to. I'm gonna just grab the files.
Yeah.
Give them to whoever needs to listen to them, so we can pick them apart.
Can I get your email address?
Yeah, we'll do that offline.
Yeah, that's fine. I didn't mean on here.
This set, it's got like lectures 1 through 10, and then 11 through 18.
Yeah.
But in the workbooks, it only gave us 1 through 10 twice.
Ah.
I think so. You can give one away.
Yes.
So
You can't give anything away. You can sell it to somebody.
not in their religion, and we should go through that because in their first line they say existence is based on survival.
Yeah.
And I take exception to that.
Yeah.
They say the whole Dianetics principle is based on that
Yeah.
principle. That existence is based on survival.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's like law of the jungle,
Yeah.
and that's whack.
Yeah.
So just from the get-go, my friend who got this from a company that's now dissolved, it's a company in Chicago, existed from the 1850s.
Wow.
They closed down like 6 years ago.
So that company was doing the printing at one point for Scientology?
Yeah, they was like subcontracting it out. to them.
Subcontracting.
So
Okay.
they really didn't know what they were getting into when they were doing this.
Yeah.
But they had some overstock, so he grabbed them, a few of them.
Yeah, and then they misprinted the booklet twice.
So I figured we'll just release it out to the wild.
Oh, nice. So I can keep this?
You keep that, and then I want to put this other stuff to the wood chipper. I think that might be a good idea.
Well, who's got a
Because I don't want to burn it, because that'll just contribute to climate change and stuff. We don't need to burn the plastic. But
Well, this is great because it's the transcript, so I can go through.
I don't know really how to digest it. I think maybe you and maybe Aaron might be better at this.
Yeah.
To digest it and see what they say. But these
I
are
probably
seem to be
already
like upper
listened
level
to them
stuff.
a long time ago.
And there it talks about you have to already have gone through these other classes.
Yes.
And then it talks about SOP and all this other stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I have no idea what that lingo means. But I just know that they're a cult and they need to, at the bare minimum, lose their tax exemption.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I think criminal charges should be pressed against what they're doing to these children.
Well, thank you. This is, I want to go through it.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. Welcome to Chicago.
Thank you. That's awesome.
What's your name?
You can find me online at KPW842U.
Say that again.
KPW842U. KP, wait for you too.
Thank you, KP.
Yeah. That's so cool.
So you said you were 35 or something?
35 years. So my mom married a Scientologist when I was 5. And then was in Scientology for 35 years. So I was 40 when I left.
That's amazing. So what finally was that tipping point? I'm sure everyone knows this.
There were so many things.
Yeah.
But the final was when I was in Seattle visiting friends.
One thing we should talk
And
one thing we should talk about
there was I
this
was in a mall, there was a mall
propaganda
shooting.
included with your other
So I was
propaganda.
hiding out in the back of this
This
journey
is
store. I
advertisement
just realized, like,
behind
oh my
your
God, like I could die.
clear sound
And then it
listening
just hit
system,
me, like I am not free.
which is like
I'm not living the life I want. I'm not
book
making,
bag and a pair of headphones.
who am I?
$400.
That's so powerful.
And I decided in that
So you
moment, like
tell
even
me
if it
all
meant
this
losing my
scam.
family, as long as I could take my children with me, that I would leave. And it took me 2 years of planning and executing that plan to get 3 generations of my family out.
That's crazy. So how were you able to convince them?
Well, my mom was already having issues with Scientology.
There's their information.
And so, so you kind of start talking to each other and saying something that sounds a little bit psychological, disaffected.
And this is what,
And then you realize that, like, I realized she was okay with me talking about it that way. We just talked more and more. We all decided to leave. And then my daughter was the last one. She was 19 and training in Florida to work in for Scientology in the Twin Cities. And her, I had to go get out.
Yeah.
We had to go get her. She was taking a trip, a vacation with her dad to Mexico, but it was part of getting her out of Florida. She didn't know she was going back. We just sent her a false itinerary because she was crazy.
We're gonna literally
Yeah.
And then I sent her anywhere to get her away from me. And she was an adult by then, so they could.
They got
So,
like
yeah.
a series of lectures.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it took about 2 years, and then I was going to leave quietly. I'm like, we just want to leave. But they don't like to do that. They were still going after my daughter. And it's like,
So has that been one of those things where that's I mean that's an entire community you're leaving as well. So how did that happen? There's a lot of where were you able to get back into a community and kind of re-find yourself as far as that goes?
well, I have my family. I have a decent sized family. So that was the biggest part of it. Then later on, you know, getting into therapy and just
what's wrong with
being around people outside of Scientology and coming to learn and understand how much empathy and compassion is there, which is something that you don't have. That's drilled out of you as a child in Scientology. Because otherwise you can't go and do the stuff they want you to do. It's just often treating other people poorly, or breaking up families, or breaking up a marriage because one person is at a higher level in the organization.
So you mentioned that people in it don't know that they're in a cult. So at what point do you think that there's, as you raise up into higher levels, that there's kind of some intentional maliciousness, or is it just one of those things that people can't even differentiate between something that's like protecting what they believe versus being religious, or kind of where's that line?
I think it's kind of that whole boiling of frogs.
It's in a while.
If you drop a frog into boiling water,
Yes,
it's
rolling it away.
But if it's a slow boil,
Well,
you get
okay.
used to it. The indoctrination, they're really good at the manipulation of making you believe that you're the only one with doubts. And if you have doubts in Scientology, that means you're doing things that you should not be doing. So the positioning is very much the brainwashing is that, well, if you're doubting Scientology, it's because you're doing something wrong. So we need to find out what that is. You need to come clean about that. Or who are you talking to? We are getting these ideas.
No, we're gonna
cut off
do
those
sides.
relationships.
Yeah.
So how many hours of your average week would be in an actual building versus externally involved?
Well, if you're an everyday public person in Scientology, not on staff, if you're a parishioner, you know, 2.5, 3 hours a day, you might be on course. Longer if you're doing Scientology counseling or auditing, as they call it. Weekends. I know, I knew Scientologists.
I mean, well, I guess that's the point. I just answered my own question.
They keep you in a state of fight or flight. That if you don't get this done now, if you don't move up in Scientology levels, you're not going to spiritually survive. So it's really much positioned with this idea of, you know, you'll be stuck here forever on this planet. You know, just not have ultimate spiritual freedom. And that's how they manipulate a lot of parents and family members from cutting ties, is what you're doing in Scientology is so important that it justifies crapping on your family in this one lifetime because you're doing it to save them in the long run.
And I mean, I've experienced that a little bit, not to that level and with slight differences, but I mean that's very
typical in cults.
things that I've run up against.
And they just keep people again in that kind of fight or flight mentality.
Demonstrate your learning.
So how far up were you?
So you can do through what's called operating Thetan level 8, and I did through operating Thetan level 4. So most of the way. They have this chart called the Bridge to Total Freedom. And you train on one side, it's got training classes, and on the other side is Scientology auditing stuff. And so you follow that. And I'm interested in what the just pay more money, pay more money, pay more money.
I thought it was called the Bridge to Total Bankruptcy.
Yeah, it is the Bridge to Total Bankruptcy. The bridge until you ain't getting your money.
So who were you the most involved out of your family, or were there
my
other
mom,
people that were
my mom and I, yeah, her more so for a while. But I was in the Sea Organization, which is like their paramilitary branch, where you work 24/7.
You mean this is
you're not allowed to have sex outside of marriage.
This isn't
in the
the beta,
Sea
this is
Organization, regular public
this is
can.
the running
You're working for them 24/7, uniform, really no free time. Oh, cool. Yeah, don't tell them your address. You'll never get off the email list. You'll never get off.
Anybody that's viewing this, do not send anything to this.
You have a good day, Colty?
He was delivering it.
He's on the phone right now. He's going, guys, you'll never guess what I just delivered to this phone. And these people are outside recording me.
So is this like leaked materials, or what's up with
Yeah,
that?
so that's one of their lecture series by L. Ron Hubbard that they build courses off of. I think this might be one that's still on the ship, the Scientology cruise ship.
Traveling the
Maybe
states, selling
locally.
paintings on the side of
And
the
they
road.
basically, what Scientology has done for a long time, they're the leader, the dictator of Scientology is David Miscavige, is he's taken a lot of L. Ron Hubbard's materials and repackaged them and told Scientologists, oh, we found mistakes, so you have to buy these new lectures. You have to buy these new books.
It's the fan fiction expansion pack, you know?
Exactly, total fan fiction expansion pack.
It's
so true.
So how often do those sort of things leak, especially at the upper levels? I mean, I think that, at this point, I feel like there's already so much exposed that they still, you said, I watched something you said saying that they're already financially struggling, or that it was kind of in a decline thing. Is that
locally, organizations like this, they have no money.
because they push up?
Yeah, they push up. All the money goes up, and they hold on to it. They use it for attorneys, to hire PIs, to harass people, to buy propaganda like commercials to show Scientologists. See, this is what your money's going to. So it's just all part of this There's propaganda that
But
they perpetuate.
I don't
The
know,
filming
those
of the
are
openings, all that, they show them, it's all for their members, so the members feel like, okay, so there's my money at work. Where truthfully, no, a lot of money, your money is going to pay for private investigators to harass people.
So at what point, at what level do they start talking about weird, like supernatural stuff? Like when does it start to turn
you
from?
can listen to these lectures and read like the history of man, which you can just walk in and pick up or get online, and he talks about past lives and flying spaceships and battles. Yeah, Xenu he doesn't get into till the upper levels.
But I listened to the very first talk he did on OT3, and he kept calling him Zemu.
Zemu?
Zemu.
Really?
Listen to it. I can send it to you.
Yeah.
I have an
Yeah.
MP4, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, cool.
I'll send
Yeah,
it to you.
it
Because
is.
and he was like,
we're protesting Scientology.
he kept saying, you could call him Zemu. I was like, Zemu. When did the N come in?
That's Timu Xenu. They upgraded to Xenu. Back in the day, it was.
So is there a place where this has been like mass uploaded or something? Like I'm so interested in.
Yeah, you can. So like the confident. I mean, South Park did an entire episode about the confidential upper levels, the Xenu story, the volcanoes,
It's
freezing
really
people
funny.
in ice cubes,
I
all
heard
that.
about that.
And it's
Tom, come out of the
100%
closet.
accurate.
I haven't
Tom
watched
won't
it
come
yet.
out of the closet.
Hey, welcome,
Tom Cruise.
They could be becoming a member.
What's your name? I don't think we've met.
Zach.
Oh.
I saw.
Shannon. You gotta meet Shannon.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I was the one that filmed the guy that got beat up.
Yeah. What? Yeah, that was so strange.
So bizarre.
That
That's
was
got that great
Sunday
talk
earlier
where
on.
you got to tell her what you were saying. I think she has the same info about the permits, but he called the city and he's like really got a journalistic approach to it.
Yeah.
I live on the block,
Gotta talk to
so
Shannon.
I've been.
Wait, which building are you in?
Oh
yeah, I talked to a lot of people in your building. They were inside your
So yeah, my
They were on the
cousin
seventh
was
floor.
in Scientology.
Oh, really?
He's 16
Yeah.
years
They
old.
basically
He was a
commandeered it.
9th degree
And
black
everyone
belt in
who lives
Sumo
there was
Kwan.
like, why in the hell
I seen him
is
beat up
that
3 guys in the
building
park
full
and tried to attack
Scientologists?
mug us or whatever.
Okay, so there are at
But
least
at 16 years
people
old,
I know that
and then he
are
went straight into
taking it up with
Scientology.
the manager.
Clearwater. He was a CEO
Clearwater.
for like decades.
Where's he now?
This is like starting in the 80s.
Wow.
So he was 16, I'm talking about like the mid 80s.
Where's he now?
I don't know. I think he might still be in it or in and out of it. I think he's Niall Dillon.
Niles?
Not Niall.
Niles.
It's an Italian. It's an Irish name. Yeah. He's from my Irish side of the family.
Niall Dillon. So last you knew he was in Clearwater.
Yeah, that's I know. And then he went out. I know, like after his dad died and everything, he went out traveling the states, selling his paintings on the side of the road. And I don't know if he was still in it or out in the wild or what.
They didn't get their
And then
Exactly. So
and then I know he went back to Florida. Then he got a girlfriend in the Philippines.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the last I heard of him.
So he must have loved the series then if he was selling his art and getting a
So that was him out in the wild, like getting out. So I don't know if he's out or in, like escaped, or if he's like one foot in, one foot out kind of deal. But I think he was for a while, like one foot in, one foot out. And then, so I don't know where he's at now, but I'd like to know if he's still in it, because he is. I mean, I feel sorry for him. He's 16 years old. They look for the vulnerable.
Yeah.
They remind me of like when pimps go to malls to look for girls to
Yes.
groom.
Exactly. That's why it's called a human trafficking cult. Because they will send people all over the world to hide them from their families.
Yeah.
They'll get people from other countries to come and work for Scientology on the religious visas, and then Scientology will hold on to their passports so that they can't leave.
What all started, I remember when I was young at his mother's house, my aunt's house, and she got my mother the book of Dianetics when I was a little kid. And we had it in our house. But my mother never, and she took us to one of their Scientology services for a hot second. But the mother never really got into it. She just kind of like experimented with it or looked at it. But the son took it up. And you know, I saw through it right from the get-go. I was like, this is a bunch of bullshit. And I'm down with science, and I'm down with religion. This ain't either. You know, they're bastardizing both. Is my deal.
That's very true.
I saw that way off, so I never really got into them. But then you guys kind of like put this online and got in the zeitgeist, right? And so there's a few things I want to show you. What happened here in Chicago? Trashy BMW.
Yeah.
I was watching him. I just grabbed a screenshot. He found a flyer for, you know, their purification programs
for kids.
They got the one for the kids. I tried to send you one. I tried to send
saw
one
that in the stream.
Aaron. And that was like, they shouldn't even be doing that to adults.
No. They use dangerous levels of niacin. My mom did the purification rundown, and later on, that kidney failure.
And his building happens to be taken over by.
So they put you in these stressful positions, and that's supposed to be healing. And to me, what they're doing is actually they're making you more vulnerable and more susceptible to their indoctrination program.
Oh, exactly.
By putting you into that state.
Exactly. They're the problem. They create the problem and try to be the solution.
It's like some indoctrination programs, they give you like sleep deprivation. And I don't know if they do that in the sea or...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're made to stay up late all night. You're kept in a constant state of fight or flight.
That's what I saw Aaron was talking about. Florida, they keep those weird hours. Like, they work at night, they sleep during the day.
Yeah, they have them training in shifts.
And then they keep moving that schedule around.
Exactly.
So you can never get
used to
settled.
it. Yeah.
They want to keep you constantly off balance.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great way of putting it. They do try to keep you constantly off balance.
And I've seen Serge talk about this, you know, some of that part of it, you know, the indoctrination side of it.
Yeah.
And, you know, I really think the way that we're going to dismantle them is using their own tools. Because that's the only way the government will really listen to us. Being out here protesting is nice to get into the zeitgeist, but to actually make fundamental policy changes of how they're operating in society.
Having so many people now who've never been in Scientology who are learning about it and who are sharing about it is what's going to make the difference. There's not enough ex-Scientologists for an elected official to care. But when all of you who've never been in Scientology are standing up and saying, hey, it's not okay.
So the aggressive pressure is good to win a battle, but, you know, to win the war, we have to win in hearts and minds. And I see that shift happening.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, with the police, with
the police were here earlier. I gave them a little wave. They smiled and waved back.
Right. Well, Scientology has never really had the kind of like political influence in Chicago that it's had in other places like LA or Clearwater. Chicago is not a Scientology town, even though they've gotten some. See, Chicago's weird because we have the NOI here.
Yeah.
Nation of Islam.
The NOI is very tied into Scientology.
And that's really their only thing that's connecting them with the community here in Chicago. And so if we sever that tie with the NOIA, their standing here will be severely hampered. Now, I lived in Detroit for a while, and they got a big building in Detroit and a big contingent there, also coupled with the NOIA. And I think, you know, Louis Farrakhan needs to wake up and realize that he's been conned. And
when they, you know, the guy who's kind of running things now, I forget his exact name, is when they recruit and bring members into Scientology, they get a cut of it. Get a commission.
Right. They made a financial deal with NOI on this stuff, and that's the only way they'd operate. And my question for Louis Farrakhan is, what part of his religious doctrine is comfortable with their doctrine that existence is survival? You know, I know, you know, in his religion, Jesus is a great prophet, and who was who martyred himself for the cause. And in my opinion, if you are a Christian or, you know, adhere to Christian principles, you cannot be okay with that thought because, you know, Christ laid down his life. He laid bare that lie that they're saying because his existence was more than just a survival. He said, I will lay down and die, and that will be my existence. So, you know, from the base level they're blasphemy to the belief system that Louis Farrakhan adheres to.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting.
He got
to see
in
what
bed with the
happens.
devil,
Yeah.
and he needs to get out.
Yeah, he does. There's a responsibility there, and I think we're going to see that happen. You got to kind of really keep moving to stay warm. Hey, thank you. Thanks for bringing that. Really appreciate it.
And so, what do you know about Chicago?
Not a ton, but Tony.
Is this your first time in Chicago?
Huh?
Is this your first time in Chicago?
No, third time.
Third time. Well, you got great
Tony's been here a
restaurants here.
ton. I know. Yeah, we want to take advantage of that.
Yeah. So, where they got you staying here downtown?
Nope. No.
North side?
Around. We're staying
Lincoln
around.
Park? Yeah, don't give me the exact address. We're online. But, you know, like Chicago's one of the most segregated cities in the nation. So, we have pockets of ethnic enclaves.
Yeah.
It's not as segregated. It is still very segregated, but it's not. It doesn't have the same feel as it used to be before. Well, it's a little bit more different. I don't know. I was gone for 15 years. I came back. It's like the new
There's life after a cult.
Down there, they have Chinatown. If you're interested in lunch, they have a Chinatown.
Cool.
Over there, not too far. And then they have over there this way. Your Mexican food is that way.
Yeah.
By Pilsen.
Yeah.
A lot of good Mexican restaurants.
But yeah.
And then they got a lot of hoity-toity bougie restaurants up on the north side.
Oh, nice.
You want that kind? You got the one.
Yeah, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time. Minneapolis.
Oh, Minneapolis. Oh, okay. There's a punk rock.
Yeah.
Got it start.
Did it?
Yeah. The ska movement. Like ska music.
Yeah.
It was big up there back in like the 70s, 80s. There was the original in the punk rock, the original skinheads were actually anti-racist. So they were the skinheads.
Yeah.
And then the skinheads, we think of skinheads as being racist. They took it over, but in the beginning, they were actually the punk rocker anti-racist. And they used to have like racist battles up in Minneapolis against the racists. You can find it online. It's pretty kind of cool. So how long would you hit? How long? You're Tony?
Yes.
How you doing, Tony?
Good.
And you're from Minneapolis too?
Yes.
Like you were born and raised there, or
Born and raised in Minneapolis.
drag her up there?
No, man, she's not from
So how do you like it? You're there.
Been here much?
I know, a couple times. Yeah, I like it.
You live in Minnesota, but you're cold here.
Yeah, I'm from Hawaii. I've never acclimated.
True. Okay, you get a pass. There was something.
Call your family. There's life after a cult.
Yep, that's my Tony.
So everyone knows, I'm being so nice and standing around.
Call your family.
So I was going to ask you, what do they actually do? We're talking about security and stuff. They did stuff. I don't know if you noticed that here or not. I had to go to the bathroom, and it was way over.
Yeah.
And I started pushing through. They started grabbing me, and then they were like, "The cops are coming. They're going to arrest you." And I turned around, and a cop came over, and I said, "I just want to go to the subway, go to the bathroom." And I said, "She said, I'll escort you there. I'll escort you back." Now, those security guards, would they have gotten in trouble for allowing that to even get that far?
Yeah, probably. And they're being paid by Scientology. But you'll notice the security guards, it was more Scientology who were doing that dirty work.
But I mean, there were both. Like, there were, so, like, that's the one security woman. I mean, she grabbed me.
Yeah.
And it was like.
Was that security or a Scientologist?
She had a Scientologist Sea Lord uniform on, and then another one right after the cop was going to escort me. She said she tried telling me I couldn't go, and I'm like, well, I'm getting escorted by a cop, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. What yeah.
And that in their mind though, even though the cop said it was okay, he's in the wrong.
Oh yeah. Completely. 100%.
Do you think they, I know you said they got in trouble. What do you think they have in store for them for letting you get through that? and be live streaming it.
Well, they can't do anything to the cops.
No, I meant to the Sea Org members. Who didn't stop me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, probably not. They'd have to know who did it, who that was, who didn't stop you. But you know, they have everything from cleaning bathrooms to being up all night to doing a series of steps to ask for forgiveness and be allowed back. You just never know.
And I feel bad about that aspect of it, but on the same token, I mean, they've got to learn that they can't just do it.
They don't learn, though. They'll always do it over and over again.
Yeah.
How many people are in your life? Somebody sent you a text and it got away. You know when someone sends you a text, it always gets in the way? Yeah, it'll cover. No, the live can't see it, but you can. I'm going down to get. Cool. Does anybody want to go?
I am good.
My job. I got tons of drinks.
Yeah, no, do.
Okay,
do.
I'll be
Warm
back.
up. Are you out here tomorrow too?
It depends on the weather. I usually do come both days, but I don't like to say if I'm coming or not.
Yeah.
So did anyone notice what happened with that cop that just sat there forever? And then
They waved. I waved.
Oh,
they waved.
yes. Makes me wonder, did they get called and they were just like, wait,
When I was reading the sign on the outside of
They were
Columbia,
looking for Shannon.
they always are.
Against
Yes.
it. We are too.
Nice. I grew up in Scientology. Came from Minneapolis to protest that they're here in your neighborhood. Yeah. What are you guys local from in the area?
We're from Michigan.
Yeah.
We are Christians.
Nice.
And we believe in the death, burial, and resurrection. We believe that Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. That there's no other name under heaven given among men where you must be saved except the name of Jesus. And we believe that the God of the Bible loves people. He loved them so much that he gave his son to die for them. And if they would open up their heart and receive them, he would change their life and transform them.
In Scientology, you get to the upper levels of Scientology, and L. Ron Hubbard said that he says very bad things about Jesus.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesus.
It's very much the opposite. They try to tell people that, oh no, you can practice other religions and you can be a Christian and a Scientologist. And that's not true, maybe in the beginning. But as part of what they try to do is strip away any relationship you have with a higher power or God or relationship with Jesus. My mom got in trouble for being baptized.
Wow.
After being in Scientology. Towards the end, before we all left, she wanted to have a relationship again with God and Jesus. So she was baptized into a Christian church and got in big trouble in Scientology for it.
Wow. Well, I pray people get out of that, and I
Yes.
pray people
Thank
come
you.
to know the true
Thank
and
you.
living God.
Yeah.
God bless you all.
Thank you.
I just very much, sir.
Well, it's always been great.
Did I just see a message that somebody stole donuts I was supposed to get? So sorry about that. What the heck? Oh, somebody tried to send us donuts, but I think they got taken in there.
Oh.
Yeah. Where's my donuts, Scientology? Donut stealers? Donut thieves? You know what? You don't have my name on it. Give me my donuts. Well, thank you to whoever was going to do that. It's the thought that counts, and I really
I'm gonna
appreciate
get
it.
with him and we're gonna digitize these and I'll grab the audio files. Are you interested in hearing that?
Yeah, or you know what? Having the transcript for me helps more.
Yeah, you're
Because
more
I
of a
can
reader
just take,
than a listener.
yeah, exactly. Plus, I don't know if I can stand listening to them.
That's why I
hear your
asked
voice
first,
again.
because you
Yeah.
we might land different for you.
The transcript is
You might have to let the material for your
Yeah, everybody else would probably be non-triggering. It's interesting to listen to because it's so crazy. I would
Yeah.
love to hear what a non-Scientologist thinks about that when they listen to it. As someone who's never been in Scientology, it'll hit really differently. I'm curious.
Well, that sounds like a job for me.
Yeah.
But I kind of don't want to go through the indoctrination process.
It'll seem
Are
weird.
those cassette tapes?
Yeah, check those
DVDs?
out.
CDs.
Check this
These
out.
are CDs.
CDs.
These are CDs. So it's like 18 CDs.
How do I do that?
These are elections in London.
No, because you're not on stream.
No, I'm on YouTube.
The backyard lists like all the contents of what they talk about.
3 dots.
Yeah, how it went.
Yeah, totally. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think I did my duty.
Oh, thank you very much.
Hey, hi from Palatka. My grandma used to live not far from there. No, I just had to mute for a minute. Yeah, they're in there eating the freaking donuts right now. Oh, really? Ooh. Gotta keep moving. Gotta stay cool. Gotta stay cool. Oh, I'm good. Thank you.
Maybe who's going to get the donuts?
No, they did take my donuts. I think the police showed up to take my donuts. I'm gonna go find my donuts.
Yeah, he's gonna get the donuts back.
They took my donuts. They're probably gonna put them with DOA socks.
Jessica's permit.
Yeah, Jessica's permit.
Okay, and I'll let
Yeah, no, my grandma and I had an uncle who lived somewhere near there, and I remember we'd go to Palatka to get the
Hey there. Hi.
I forget why we went to Palatka, but I've actually been there.
I like your
No
jacket.
donuts.
Beautiful. I like your use of safety pins. I'm a child of a...
No, I don't know them yet.
Oh, Natalie, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. This is her husband, my Tony.
Hi, how are you?
Tony.
Yes.
Saw a bunch of new people out here today. I was like, oh, I'll go down and say hi. Yeah.
What's the scuttlebutt inside with the students as far as Scientology being here and what happened with them shutting down the street?
No one really likes them. We all want them gone. It's just, we have no soliciting stickers now on our door because they were inside the lobby.
Yeah.
So, yeah, now we just don't want them here. They keep going back and forth and like bothering us.
Yeah.
So, definitely just annoyed.
Yeah.
We got 2 emails saying that they were coming, so.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, keep raising awareness.
Like a week. One was a week and then one was the day before. So, and I didn't know until my roommate told me because I don't check my email regularly. Fair enough. So I always had to get like a check-in list for my boyfriend who came in because they weren't allowing any outside guests in.
Wow.
Yeah. So churchy of them.
How are they taking things? Like what? Like how do they steal stuff?
Stealing
Oh, I
stuff?
thought you said they were taking stuff.
No, they're not taking stuff. It's just annoying.
She's been helping us.
The police showed up with just one officer, and he went inside.
And you're banging on some sticks. Right?
Yeah, I did have some
happening,
drumsticks with me. So I'm back up to my dorm though. So
Maybe go to get my
I just got done
donuts.
with some homework, so I was like, oh, come down.
Woo.
And were you down here when the campus security, Columbia campus?
Thank you. Take care. Appreciate it.
Hey, thank you. Good to meet you. Appreciate it.
Enjoy your literature.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to you chopping it up.
Yeah, totally.
And then we're gonna come here and chop it up.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Yeah.
Like Serge Delmar literally.
Cool. Nice.
Chop it up. I don't know about, like I said, we gotta be careful with the city police permit.
Yeah.
Issues, so.
Yeah, you never want to break the law.
Yeah, keep it legal. Right. So, that's why we couldn't burn it. They wouldn't let us burn it. We had to caught
Plus,
fire.
it's probably bad for the environment to burn it. It's plastic and.
So I think we'll do like a chopping up demonstration, and then we gotta clean it up. We got, now we get a ticket for littering. That's the copy bids.
Good to meet you.
Take care.
I was retired for the rest of the night, but I didn't know that they came.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to watch it, I can send you the timestamp or whatever.
I have not been there yet.
My heating thing isn't even really as warm. Because this is the wrong one. This is the heat pack for like your back and stuff.
Do you have more of them? Are there more
I do in there. In fact, maybe I will put this on my lower back because my lower back really hurts. Can you peel that off and put it on my back?
And
My shirt. My lower back is just killing me.
Yeah, I didn't find out anything more about it.
We're putting a heat pack on my lower back.
They were like active right.
Oh, God, yeah.
You know, you were supposed to do. We all have a right to be here because we live here.
Heat. Thank you, babe.
They have my gum.
Look where my back bends. It just like gets so
I believe that girl who was you gave me, and that wasn't one of those. It was a square one.
Oh yeah, the heat up kind. Yeah, there's more in there. Do you want another
No,
one?
I think for you, you can just do it in a square one. Hold that in your hand.
No, I might, but now that this is directly on my skin, I think it's gonna help.
Personal information every day on CCTV. I know, right? Did they not know about that camera that's right to see if the Columbia comments? Because I try to give people privacy if they don't want to be on camera.
We're protesting Scientology. Yeah, being here in the neighborhood. They're a human trafficking cult.
Pretending to be a church.
Yep.
Well, you don't have to worry. I'm not part of
Yeah, no.
That was awesome that you
Great choice.
Yeah, they need to find DOA socks and my donuts. I love donuts too, damn it. They stole my donuts.
Oh no!
Somebody ordered donuts and they accidentally took them in there and they took them.
Oh no!
Monterey. That's when I first encountered Monterey. And I said,
It's chilly out here.
wow. So they tried to I'm a free thinker.
Yes, free thinkers. Yes.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
You too. Take care.
Thank you.
Sorry.
No, so yeah, so this is here.
I don't think we've met. Natalie.
Vada.
Vana?
Vada. V-A-D-A.
Oh, Vada, nice to meet you.
I've heard really good things. I've never seen your channel, but I've heard really good things about it.
Oh, it's called Scientology Life After a Cult. So I do like a recap of Scientology news and also talk about my 35 years growing up in Scientology and I've left with 3 generations of my family.
So you were born into it?
I was 5 when my mom got into Scientology.
So were you in it when L. Ron Hubbard was still alive?
Yeah, because he died in '86, so I was like almost 16 then. I was 15, 16. Yeah.
So do you know, like, so I watch Mark and Janice's channel.
Yeah,
Do you
Scientology
know,
peeling the onion.
Yeah. I'm really fascinated in like how it came to be and how it was run when like Hubbard had it and stuff. So like, do you know any of like the old timers?
No, just from the channel, just from YouTube there. But that's a great channel if you're really interested in those early days. Janice Grady was there. So she's got great info there, and they often have guests on who are also there before. Yeah, which you probably know if you watch the channel, but it's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Janice she has an impeccable memory. That's like crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't remember what I had for breakfast.
So how did you get out, if you don't mind my asking?
No, not at all. It took me about 2 years of planning. Huh?
Do you want me to film you?
Oh, no. Thank you. Are you okay with the stream? Okay, it's like panning. Took about 2 years of planning to get out with my family. Because my daughter was in Florida training to work in the Twin Cities for Scientology, but my mom was there. We're from Minnesota. That's where we live now. So there's a lot of planning, a lot of communicating, a lot of educating. I had to get my daughter out of the country to get her away from Scientology.
It is kind of hard to go back.
And she came back, and we just started the whole kind of. She was. They had prepared her. That I had wanted to use Scientology. They were kind of getting, they were getting the idea. But with the right amount of time and just communicating with her, she came around and now she's doing great. Yeah, this was 13 years ago, so she went to college, got a master's degree.
She kept saying Safari was wanting my camera. And the first time that's ever happened.
Yeah, I mean, I've been out for 13 years.
long time ago when I had an interview with Pearl Snitch.
Probably fairly.
Allowed it.
Everybody, you know, it's people feel in different ways at different times.
I can't
Everybody,
forget
the commonality might be that you were in Scientology together, but the experiences can still be different.
So what was the challenge that made you want to leave?
I wish that I could.
It was multiple things. In the Sea organization where I was for a while, they worked 24/7.
I really like that feature.
And they were doing a lot of, if you were pregnant, and anyone pregnant was married, because in the Sea organization you can't have premarital sex. And they were coercing women into ending their pregnancies. So then they used their free labor, because they didn't have facilities for kids. Thankfully, because when they did have facilities for kids, there were more kids being neglected and abused. And so they got rid of those, and you're back. Get your steps in.
Well, I'm trying to get the steps in.
It's hard to get the steps in sometimes.
I know, so I'm going back and forth, back and forth before I go home, because I know if I go home, it's over with.
Oh, yeah. Once you get home and get comfy, you don't want to leave again.
Exactly.
So this is your path, so you'll be able to like see what's happening with Scientology in your neighborhood.
Exactly.
Yeah, just tell people it's a cult. It's a human trafficking cult.
Yeah. Oh, I would.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure everybody in my building
knows. Yeah. Yeah, they're trying to recruit the kids.
Right. It figures.
Yeah.
It figures.
Oh my God. I can't believe they came so.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, you guys been successful at
Yeah.
people taking.
Yeah, there's protests happening all over the country and the world even. Australia, Canada, Scotland.
Oh, wow. What about California?
Oh, California, that's where it started.
I know. I'm just saying, what about Los Angeles and the same?
No, huge protests going out there. That's what kind of inspired all these recent protests. Started in California and Hollywood.
Okay, so will you guys be coming out here more often, or?
Yeah, I mean, we're from out of town, so we're from Minnesota. We just came for the weekend, but yeah, a lot of people here, they're local, and the kids next door will be out here too. Just trying to raise awareness about Scientology so people know.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, well, maybe I'll come out here with
Come out. Yeah. Anytime you see people out here, join. Just tell them you live in the area and you want to show your support. Yeah.
Unless they're from that building.
Hey, you might want to convert them over too. So
yeah, exactly. If any of them want to leave.
Steal them as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, well, have a good day.
You too.
Wednesday. They had two guys with
Get those steps in. Get those steps in.
I don't know what it was.
Bye.
Maybe they're trying to put up.
He lives in the area.
My mom thought it was like they're trying to see what other people can see from a drone's eye view. So if someone flew a drone up there, they'd be able to hide their stuff. That's what was thought.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot what he said already. But yeah. Really? Yeah.
So I don't know where Monterey is.
California.
Oh, is it? I didn't even know what Scientology was even.
I have no idea. But yeah, they had a drone. They were flying it up and down. I was like, what's going on?
There's a big one in Ocala.
Do they have a location in Monterey?
I don't know. They might. If they do it small.
So it might be a mission?
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually used to live in Monterey.
I'm going to move my legs a little bit.
Like, somehow the sun got us, but it's reflecting.
Yeah, it was reflecting off there. You got to be in just the right spot. Hey, Helena from Portugal. Good to see you. Everybody hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We're still playing our birthday game for L1 Herbert's birthday. We're going to blow through 20,000 in March. I know we will. I just want to get there sooner than later because I'm petty and I like to piss off Scientology. Ooh. I wonder what's happening with that cop inside. He went inside and he never came back out. Maybe they're reviewing footage or something. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, hey, Joe Virus. It's much warmer where you are. That's right, dip straight up in vertical. Yeah, he's eating my donuts up there. Eating a dank donuts. How dare they? Well, it was just one cop too, so I'm like, well, they can't be that serious. They just sent one. How you doing, Zach?
So interesting.
Isn't it? Yeah.
I definitely think if we got like a group, like a club in a way, and organized.
When you were organizing to get everybody out at the same time, did you have the same your whole family? Did you have the same trouble that like Aaron would talk about? Do I tell my wife or not tell my wife?
Oh yeah, I didn't talk to my husband at the time for 2 years. You know,
Right.
like I was on the internet and learning more about the truth about Scientology. And we never knew. I would sneak down into the basement with my computer and then clear my history afterwards, like I was, deep into some dark web stuff or something.
That is so bizarre.
Yeah.
But it's that you were curious enough to realize, okay, wait, what's going on here? And I kind of liked his story too.
We're just protesting Scientology. Yeah. What a beautiful dog. Is that a corgi? Oh, nice. I heard they're really smart too.
They are.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I've heard. Too smart for their own good.
Too clever for their own good.
Yeah. What time is it there? Do you know? 2. Oh, okay.
I will say, as soon as the officer comes out, I'll get a badge number. I think I'm going to head in for a bit warm up.
Yeah.
Are you having some social fun this week, or is it all mostly content or science related, Scientology related?
It's a lot of everything. Every time I leave my house, it's social fun. This is social fun.
Yes. Still love the morning news service. I like that. Really, there's no way in the world to watch everything anymore.
Yeah, which is so
Simon
great. It's
Aaron.
a wonderful problem to have
Yeah.
so much going on and so many live streams and news from all over. It's just great.
They're always lying, like I can't believe it. First of all, they say it's like that's one guy that they put in the.
Yeah, the police are still there unless he went out a back door. It was just one officer that went in.
He's got to get back to his car.
Where's this?
So he's 8232 behind us.
So there's the police car. But it's just one. Don't they travel in pairs?
They don't have to, and if I couldn't tell if that was that commander, because I was off the back. He doesn't, he kind of gets elite status.
Somebody had sent some donuts and they were mistakenly delivered inside and they kept them. So I think the officer is there to investigate what the heck happened to these donuts. Hi, we're just protesting Scientology. Yeah.
It was fun this morning watching, and it's still fun. They lock the doors and your own members and staff can't get in.
Yeah.
And I think I saw one of the guys was private for hire security, which that threw me that they brought him inside the building. And I felt like, I think they would bring non-church members, even if they're security. It's like, well, you protect the outside, not the inside.
Yeah, I can see them doing that.
I got to go that day. That was amazing.
Oh, my back. All right, well.
We need to get a remote control car so we can be like Pearl.
Yeah, I loved Pearl's snappy thing this morning with the remote control car and little Davy. It's so cute.
Her and Shannon, they're just fearless.
They are doing the Lord's work. Getting things done.
but nothing. You just, for some reason, I just heard people say, oh, that's a bad
I think we may need to go grab some food.
But that's about it.
Did you have all your Chicago meals yet?
No.
No hot dog, no pizza,
No,
no.
we just got here last night. Okay, I gotta grab Tony. I don't know what's for lunch. Something good. I need something good.
Strategy going on in there with the police folk.
Yeah. I was hoping he'd come out because I gotta go.
Yes. He's in there and he's been listening to your stream, saying, "Okay, well, I gotta.
I know, really.
Wait her out."
Yeah. All right. Well, we gotta head out for a bit.
Yep. You guys have
I'm
fun.
gonna watch the streams and see what happens. We'll be back. We'll be here.
Posted that on their page.
Get some food. Let me just see what some of this. I think Juanita wants us. We're taking.
They went to Puerto Rico. When I went one time,
Man, Tony, I'm not gonna lie. I spent most of my day thinking of how to defeat Scientology, or the Freemasons. I spent all my energy.
oh my God, you guys.
I didn't make it. I had been totally
Yeah, the cop's still in there. The cop's still in there. There he is.
Representative where they can talk to amongst the
We're
group?
all single
We're all
people.
individuals.
Yeah, we're independent, but I would. I
name
can
and
talk
badge
to you.
number?
Sure.
I'm Natalie. Nice to meet
My
you.
badge
We're
is
a few-
2160.
Okay.
Last name is Mokarski. So they've called about a concern, regarding your gathering here in front. And
Disappointed with our First Amendment rights?
well, what I want to just reiterate is that you have every right to express your feelings. One thing that I ask is that we have to maintain a passable sidewalk.
Sure. Absolutely.
Okay? So I'm not here to try to quash or quell your First Amendment expressions.
Keep the sidewalk
We
open.
want to make sure that the sidewalk's open.
No problem. We can totally do that.
We want to make sure that their access to the building is open. Okay. You see, you have multiple cameras rolling.
Yes.
They also have multiple cameras rolling out
Yeah.
here as well.
Sure.
Okay, so one thing they ask is this ledge is part of their property.
Okay.
So if you could please stay off of it. Pictures or
ledge.
video of someone on that
We've
ledge.
been
Okay.
instructing
So-
everyone to not go past that.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
And
it's.
We've been, sir, we've sincerely been trying to make sure that we were
Yeah,
respectful.
and I explained to them that from what I've seen so far, because I don't know if you noticed, I was parked down the street a little earlier.
Yeah.
And now, they call back again, so we watch some video again, and I expressed to them that everything I've seen so far is well within your rights, expressing the First
We
Amendment.
have only
So-
intentions to
Yeah.
be peaceful.
Okay.
And to be respectful.
Yeah.
And to stop abuse.
Like I'm saying is, I'm just making sure everyone's on the same page. As long as the sidewalk's passable, you're
Yeah.
welcome to express your rights.
We
Are you
can do that.
going to be here all afternoon? Is the
Not
game
sure
plan?
here until likely.
Every day.
We're
Okay.
here to protest abuse that school that puts on human trafficking.
Okay.
And
But
so-
we'll let people know. Don't block the sidewalk.
Okay. And until further notice, we'll be out here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and just so you know, too, it's happening throughout the country and the world. In Austin, Texas, in Denver, Colorado, in Los Angeles, California, here in Chicago, and New York.
Well, my
Boston.
concern is right here in the first district. As far as my reach goes.
We're here and it's a concern of ours,
And
too.
again, you're more than welcome to exercise your rights. We just have to make sure that everyone does it peacefully, safely. Want to guarantee your safety as well as their safety. Any questions of me?
I don't believe so. We want the same
Someone
thing.
mistakenly delivered my donuts in there. I mean, I probably don't want them back, but
Okay.
someone in the chat ordered donuts and they stole my donuts. I know you took my donuts. I'm very upset about the donuts.
All right.
Because now I gotta find
Okay.
out where's that donut shop. Now I want
Okay.
donuts.
We will absolutely respect and we understand clearly.
Okay.
And the ledge, we'll stay off the ledge.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
So nice, so friendly.
That was a nice cop. Yeah, that's rare.
I'll bet you they're like.
Yeah, just make sure don't block the sidewalk.
I bet you they're pissed beyond like 10 levels right now. You just let us
Fail. You fail, Scientology. You fail.
I found that the police that I've had here have been very respectful and helpful. Like that was my experience as well. If I could tell that when I went up to the guy, he was There's been no one that's been.
We're gonna step away. I need to check in at home too. We'll be back in the afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah,
can I get a picture as well?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Zoom in and count my nose hair.
Let's see. Can I take a picture on the live screen? Oh, I can have Tony take it.
I found out that it's not.
Hey, babe. Can you take a picture?
Anyone on their street say that? Yeah. I did say that. I did not know that. So I was just going to take it.
Yeah, your phone ready.
So what about the students have reported that
Oh, that's right. It's a what?
Tony, where are you getting the picture?
It did come in right after the George Floyd riots.
There you
This
go.
place, every
Oh, I love it. I love it. Can you take a picture with
Yeah.
your phone? Because mine's live streaming.
It's my phone.
Yeah, because mine's live streaming. Well, yes. Can you text it to me?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Extra fun.
What would you like me to take? What am I taking?
Oh, he's going to text it to me.
Okay.
Yeah. Ooh. Would you mind, Zach, taking a picture
Yeah,
of
of
me?
course.
I like your idea of the building in the background. Can you see us both? Can you see the building?
I'll get a point fly. There you go. New Facebook profile picture.
Yeah, I love it.
Zach.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, we'll be in touch.
You said you're going to be out here later? Or
Yeah,
tomorrow or something like that?
We'll be back probably tomorrow in the afternoon.
Can you and me have one?
Love to do any
Yeah.
Have you pop in? I'll send you a link.
For sure.
Yeah.
This is such a great introduction. I mean, it's so kind.
Thank you.
It's like, I know everyone shares the same thing, but I was like,
and you
okay.
should look at things like that.
So,
And you should think like that.
yes.
But yes.
Awesome.
I'm so glad. All right, Juanita, I cannot thank you enough.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Yes. Yep. We'll grab that. Thank you.
Take this?
Yeah.
Juanita. Gracias. Oh, it's so sweet.
If
Angel lady?
I got something for you, but it didn't arrive today.
Okay.
So anyway, I know it's a people.
You guys taking off?
Yep. We got to go meet somebody.
Okay.
But we'll be back. We'll be back tomorrow.
Okay, I'll be here.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Thank you.
Yeah,
for
thank
everything
you.
you're
It was so
doing.
nice meeting you in person.
Yeah. Me too.
Understood. Yeah, I'd love to.
Okay.
All right. We're gonna walk down this way.
We're gonna go walk around the back. You wanna come?
I just
Oh,
gotta
where's
get
the
my
back?
screen going.
What's in the back?
I'll
Is that
show
where the alley
you.
is?
I'll show you.
Yeah, let's go take a peek.
So there used to,
Huh?
when you're in your vet,
You too. We're gonna go look at the back, and then we're
Okay.
gonna be we'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm gonna go find something warm to eat.
Yes.
Thank you. You guys be
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
we're
We'll
gonna
see
go
you.
peek at the back. Okay, so the back.
We'll
is
get
back
to warm
here?
up a little bit too.
Oh, good. Yeah, we can walk around and
Pat's
warm
Pizza
up
blows,
and.
blows their exhaust goes out into the alley.
Wow, awesome.
Do you remember? Oh, you weren't here when the gentleman came up and he walked past two doors.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, are you afraid to go in?" And he didn't say anything. He walked up here. When I went in the back,
Yeah.
he was back.
Oh. Hello.
I'm frozen.
Oh, the
Solid.
private alley, Natalie. That's right, the private alley.
This is the public alley.
This is the public alley?
The one that we got
Yeah.
pushed off of is there.
Okay.
And I'm going to say that
There's the Dunkin' Donuts.
it was illegal for the police, even if it was private, and I don't think it's private, but even if it was private, the police can't act on behalf of the owner of the alley unless the owner of the alley asks the police to act.
Oh, got it.
So I wish I would have been here because that's one of those, I'll leave under threat of arrest.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't have threatened to arrest you because he knew it was wrong.
Yeah. Right.
It's just that they know that they can intimidate you because it's a good likelihood you don't know the laws.
Yeah. That officer was so nice.
Yes, he was. Wouldn't there
Friendly.
be signs saying it's a private alley?
There should be.
Because
And
that
quite
usually-
honestly, I think it's an easement. So even if it was a private alley, there is garbage pickup back there, which
Yeah.
means it's public easement. And an easement, by its very nature, is saying people have access to it.
But without posting,
yeah,
you're unaware.
You're right. So
Hit
there's
that
no
like button,
visible no
everybody.
trespassing,
And
and the
subscribe.
owner didn't
Check
come
your
by and say,
buttons.
"Get off my land." So,
Check that subscribe button.
and again, it was a very stressful day. I wish I
Yeah,
was.
sure.
I wish I would have been here. I was. Yeah, Shannon was talking
We're
about.
gonna
this
go
morning.
check out another
We were too independent
place
and
around the
everybody
building.
was streaming, so nobody could hear the communications of saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
Shannon, go left," or "Shannon, go right."
Yeah.
I asked. I saw Trashy coming down. I said, "Hey, Trashy, we need to get a wider camera on Shannon because they're going to try to knock her or something."
Yeah, yeah.
And this is one of the joys of as I run in the city all the time. The wind is in your face, no matter which direction you're going.
Ooh, it's cold and windy back here.
I'll walk in front of you.
Is that the police?
See that far? Well,
It is so amazing how so many of the neighbors in the community in the area already know that Scientology is a cult and are not supportive of. Ooh, it feels warm right here. Oh yeah.
in the corner there, they had a pile of balloons just laying there in that garage the whole time.
Dirty.
They did rent out that building to building Scientologists.
Yeah, it's a creepy alley. Ooh, cars coming.
Don't stand on that. Don't.
Oh, yeah. Just trying to get away from the car.
No, but I also
Private property. Yeah. Good point. This is the backside of the building. Huh?
There was a cord that was taped under that door.
Yeah.
And it went all the way from here and it went up and then all the way up to the roof over there.
Yeah, it was for the. It had to have been for the recording.
God, look at all their cameras.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Where's my donuts?
And again, be careful, don't step on that because you're going to say
Yeah.
But then they've got the a number for the public affairs. So apparently they have a for affairs.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, public affairs in the organization.
Wow. Oh, need to get in the sun. Ooh. Where is the sun? Ew, ew. Woo! Ew. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Folks, are you guys Scientologists? Calling your family.
Oh, see the sun down there. I'm headed towards the sun. It's so cold back here. I gotta get to the sun. I'm going to the light. Coming to the light. Yep. so many of the neighbors know it's a cult. It's crazy. I mean, it's good. Boom. We are just doing a little tour of the back side of the building. Boom. There's my Tony. It does feel creepy. Yeah, because they got that vibe. I'm glad you like the hat. It's faux fur. It keeps me so warm. Oh, the sun. Here we go.
I get the more from the sun.
Oh, yeah. All right.
All right. I'm going to break off as we go back up.
Cool. Yeah, we're going to the right.
Very nice to meet you.
Yeah, great to meet you too.
Great to meet you.
Great to meet you.
Yeah, if we don't see you tomorrow, we'll see you online.
And
What was your channel again?
Scientology Life After a Cult.
It was very nice to meet you.
You too. You too. Thank you guys. We'll see you online or tomorrow. Hi. Huh? What?
During the event,
Yeah.
so people that wanted to go through the alley because they blocked everything off, they
Yeah.
had two choices for quick access to the other side.
Uh-huh.
And it was the alley over there, which they told us was private property you couldn't
Yeah.
go to, or this side. And someone, and I don't know who it was, said you gotta let them through one of them.
Yeah.
So they said you can go through this alley, but if you stop, you're gonna get arrested.
Wow, that's
You
so
can walk through,
ridiculous.
but that's it.
Yeah.
Stop and you get arrested.
Gosh.
How can you get arrested in that?
Yeah. Yeah, why can't you walk in the middle? Let's go to the right. Let's get away from here. Let's go that way. Ooh, we're just gonna move a little further away. Did you forget some stuff there? No, I didn't. Except my donuts, which they stole. Scientology stole my donuts. Now you guys are gonna hear about this from me for days. Scientology stole my donuts. Stole my donuts. I'm not like Pearl Snappy. I can't come up with impromptu songs. Ooh. The social.
Hey guys, thanks again.
Okay. We need to just call an Uber. I'll get it there now.
Impossible serve food.
Like a vegan burger. Free the donuts, dang it. Free the donuts.
We don't want to walk too much further
No,
this direction.
we don't. Here, let's just stop here. We need a place where we can, like, I need an address.
Let's go to Half Sour.
Oh yeah, let's go there. Well, that was good, you guys, I gotta say. I think I feel very good about it. The police came, but he seemed really cool. The officer said that he was called, I think twice, by Scientology, who was complaining about us. Even though Scientology has the overt of stealing my donuts. The officer reviewed footage in the org and told them, we're not breaking any laws, as long as we stay off the ledge, stay off their property, and what was the other thing? Oh yeah, don't block the sidewalk. He said we were totally fine. And he was very kind and nice about it.
he told Scientology he's not going to interrupt our First Amendment rights.
Yeah, exactly. He told Scientology
based
that.
what he saw in the video.
Yep, based what he saw in the video, that we're exercising our First Amendment right, and there's nothing they can do about it. Which is probably why they stole my donuts. Now, who's Red Coat? I see you guys in the chat talking about Red Coat. Who's Red Coat? I'm not wearing a red coat.
Maybe it's Windy City.
Ooh, it smells like. Ew, what does that smell?
Sewer.
What?
Sewer.
What do you mean the sewer?
The sewer. Sulfur smell.
Ew.
Sewer. Underground sewage.
We'll go just right in that doorway. Okay. All right, so we're just popping in here quick so I can call in Uber. So I'm going to be getting off the live. Hit that like button. Make sure you guys check your subscribe button. I may be back on later. But yeah, we got to call an Uber now. So I'm going to say goodbye for now. Talk to you guys soon. You know the drill. Get out there and have a goat-free day.